Hello, Wargamers, and welcome to today's Warhammer Fantasy Battle Reports. It's going to be Cullen and Luka from MiniWarGaming.com. We are playing Skaven against the Vampire Counts, and we are trying out the Warhammer Army projects.
And in the vault, there's another game uploaded right now. Luka's gonna play 2,000 points of Vampire Counts to take on my Beastmen. You can follow the link in the description below for that bat rep.
We play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report.
Let's take a look at the Vampire Counts that I'll be running for this first game here against Cullen and the Skaven. I want to talk about a little bit of the army build here and my questions about the new edition, and the maybe the designer of the Warhammer Army projects could jump in, or maybe anyone who's very familiar with this this Warhammer Army projects could jump in here.
Yeah, any people who've been playing it for a couple of years, please feel free to chime in with some page numbers or rules explanations. We're going to need it, because we're learning a new edition.
Exactly. And the intent seems there, and it all makes sense when you read it all. It's very jarring. Well, I shouldn't say jarring. It's just very different than what I'm used to.
And I think going into this, we're going to have a lot of like assumptions about how things, just because we've almost been like conditioned to know certain things about 8th. Exactly. So it's going to take us a little bit to almost break our conditioning.
Right.
But you guys need to point out anything that we're getting wrong, and we'll change it, and we will try to break our old habits and adapt to new ones.
And if you don't want to listen to this jargon, just jump ahead a few minutes and that'll get to the Army Showcase, or heck, you can jump right to the video, so I apologize for the rambling here. But what we're playing here is Warhammer Army Projects, which is an updated version of 8th edition, but the creators of it took all the good aspects from what I will say the flavor of 6th edition, and I will honestly say like the great core mechanics of 7th, and then took out the crap of 8th and like kind of threw it all together.
Yeah, made a lot of the made a lot of like the movement simplified from 8th, and included a lot of good things. So yeah, I guess we'll just get into Luka's Army Showcase, because I think the more we can just talk about, it's better to just show you at this point.
Exactly. So I'm playing Vampire Counts here, and right off the rip, I want to say that Battle Scribe and then the PDF that we have weren't lined up on what was expendable and what was not expendable. In the book, it says that direwolves, fellbats, are not expendable, so I included them into my army, but then Battlescribe gave me an error saying, oh, too many expendable units, so I adhered to the Battlescribe rules just in case, and you can only bring one expendable core unit for every non-expendable choice. One I put a little bit more points into just because I still tried to get to my minimum core, always difficult for Vampire Counts. 22 in the front here with the full command of Banner and Musician, and then behind it we just have 20. For the skeletons, 2 identical bricks, both 25 with full command. Again, 25 with the Warhammer Army Projects. I can only go as far back or as deep as I am wide in the front. I'm a big fan of that change. Brought a unit of 5 direwolves here. They're a lot cheaper in this edition. They're only 30 points. I was going to bring more, but again, they're labeled as expendable, so spamming them doesn't really seem like a feasible option. But I wanted to bring at least the one, because I do like to block with them, or redirect all.
Are they fast cav in this edition, or are they still?
I have to double check that. They still have the Slaver in Charge rule, but I don't believe they're fast cav. They have Vanguard still.
Okay, cool. And
finally, for core, it was nice to see that the Fellbats were lumped into that category, but expendable, so can't just spam them. 2 units of 3. Well, we'll jump to special now. I'm going with I should say, Blood Dragon build, so I want a lot of cavalry, a lot of good elite infantry, or as much as I could possibly get, I suppose. And here we have 8 Black Knights, and we have full command. No upgrades on anything, like magic item-wise. I just didn't have the points for it. You're going to be riding around with the White King. Got the Grave Guard on foot, which is just the Black Knight without the horse. We are running 25 of them. I was going to go great weapons and like wide and like not as deep, but well, I was kind of lazy. I didn't want to take them off my train. I wanted to see how durable these guys are now with the inclusion of heavy armor, shield, with a 3-up, or actually a 2-up save. No, it is a 3-up.
It's a
3-up.
And a parry.
And with the parry too. It makes them quite durable, and they're still Graveguard. They have good stats. So I want to try that out here. To go along with the theme of the elite infantry, the melee killers. I'll jump to a rare choice. One of my favorite selections for the Vampire Counts always have been. It's the Blood Knights. They come in units of 3 now. And I want to take a moment to talk about the Vampiric rule and the Undead rule and the intent of all of this. Vampiric has completely changed. They're still immune to psychology, they still cause fear, but they are no longer undead. Anything in this book with the Vampiric special rule does not have the Undead special rule, which means they are not unbreakable and unstable. That means they follow the normal rules for psychology, breaking and all of that, but they're immune to the panicking aspect of it. So I'm very curious how that's going to play out in my future games with the vampire counts here.
Do they also have the reroll to wound against them then?
Yes, they do. So that's a new addition, which I had barely caught before this game, by the way, is that anything with a vampire keyword, the opponent must reroll successful wound rolls against them with all attacks unless that attack is magical, flaming, or has killing blow in nature.
So I think it's really, really thematic for the vampires.
They're T5, and you have to reroll wound rolls against them with non-magical, non-flaming, all that attacks. I think it is very thematic. Oh, but there is a lot of other additions to this book that I think they nailed it on the head with how it works mechanically. It's a lot of like, oh, I don't think skeletons should be affected by poison, blah, 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 but without it feeling overpowered because of how poison works nowadays, and I'm very happy with these rules all around. But there's a little blurb in the core rulebook where characters that are not unbreakable cannot themselves join unbreakable units, so my vampire lords and my vampire heroes, as far as I can tell, can never join one of my undead units. But my vampire lord, in this case, can join my blood knights. Or they run around on their own in a lot of cases, or on a bigger mount. And I think that's the intent. It's just very different than what I'm used to playing. No longer will I be able to have a blender lord in a big brick of Graveguard. The White King can join them instead, and then the vampire can then just lead from elsewhere. Now, sorry about all of the rambling there, but I did take the Bloodkeep Magic Banner upgrade on them, which gives them a 4 board save against shooting attacks. So, you know, with the vampire with them, that does make them ideally a little durable, because they have quite a few nice upgrades on them. Let's go take a look at characters. We're going to start with the General. He's a Vampire Lord in the middle there. He's going to be on a Barded Nightmare. And we're playing Blood Dragon, so it seems fitting. He's like completely kitted out. I actually brought no magic items because they went in the direction of you can only mix vampiric powers and magic items up to 100 points. I can't do 200 points of, like 100 points of magic power, magic items, and 100 points of vampiric upgrades. So I like that, by the way. That was always.
I think that's good, especially with like the Lord limit changing. I think that would limit you a lot anyway.
And some of these vampiric upgrades I think are a little ludicrous. So they trump in a lot of cases the magic items I would normally want to take. Other than the Night Shroud, which is always really good. But I didn't take it this game because I take that all the time, so I wanted to like shy away from that. First of all, I upgraded him to be a level 2. He's Blood Dragons, that's as high as he can go. Blood Dragon vampires, in addition to the normal vampiric rules, have martial honor. They must always issue and accept challenges, as they should. We went with a shield, full plate armor, Barded Nightmare. He's got quite a good armor save. And I wanted to try and skew into that a little bit too with the Blood Dragon vampiric upgrades. For him, we have Honor or Death, Might of Arms, Red Fury, Warrior Pride, and Heart Piercing. So these are all Blood Dragon upgrades. I took all 100 points in vampiric upgrades. So with Warrior Pride, he gets to reroll his armor save. So he's got that like crazy high armor save, which is rerollable. Red Fury got reworked, I think in a positive way, because it was a little powerful before. I'll explain that when that comes up. And then Might of Arms and Heart Piercing are reroll hit rolls and reroll wound rolls.
Cool.
And then Honor or Death is a 5-point upgrade. When it comes to a challenge, the enemy character to take on the vampire must take a leadership check before any blows are struck. If it's failed, he sets to weapon skill 1. So it's the old fear check, but there's no rerolls against this anymore with the BSB. So if you fail it, you just set down to weapon skill 1. It was only a 5-point upgrade, and I had 95 points on vampiric upgrade, so I figured why not? Like, I'll just take it. It felt like it worked out. He also has a lance, just because that's what he's modeled with. Now onto the White King. Went a little more basic on the White King. No magic items really, but I did want to bring a Battle Standard Bearer because they're a little bit better. Now for Undead, they reduce crumbling by D3 instead of 1 while nearby it. I went with Heavy Armor, Shield, Lance, and Barded Skeletal Steed. For the Necromancer, this is where it gets a little weird. And the line of sight rules for shooting and all that have changed, and there's lookouts there, so there's probably ways to fix it. But the Necromancer is not undead. So the Necromancer may not join unbreakable units. The Necromancer may not join undead units because those undead units are unbreakable and the Necromancer themselves are not unbreakable. So the Necromancer, I think, as far as I'm concerned, must run around on his own. But I think that should be okay. We made him a level 2 wizard and we had a little bit of points left over, so we gave him the Black Periapt, which is a magic item that's been around for a while, but it works a little different. I'll explain that when that comes up. That is it for the vampire counts in this case. And if we are playing anything wrong, I do apologize. It's the first time trying this out. But as far as my understanding is, that Necromancer must run around on his own unless he joins a vampiric unit, which in this case he will not be. I guess what I should say is I built my list, and then I read deeper into the rules and realized the interactions. So I could have brought them on a corpse cart, rearranged my list a little bit, but I can only have 35% Lord and Heroes. That means I would have had to lose my White King, and I think I'm just happier with this build overall.
And here we have 2,000 points of Warhammer's Armies Project Dirty Skaven. So this is, I've played like one game with them so far. Did the Grey Seer thing, so now I'm going to try to get rid of my level 4, because apparently in Warhammer's Armies Project, you don't always need to bring a level 4. So we're going to try to use some Scryer magic with some Warlock Engineers instead of our standard issue Grey Seer, because you can also only bring one Lord. And then if I ever wanted to bring a Warlord, he would be my Lord slot. So we're going to try to squeak in a Lord and see if that's even doable in this edition. But before we get into the characters and stuff, we'll get right into our core. Of course, we got to have clan rats for our core. Now in WAP, they have brought back the clan rats. You can never have more core units than you have clan rats. So if I want to bring 2 units of storm vermin, I'd have to bring 2 units of clan rats. So that's back, and that was an old edition rule, I think from 6th. So I can never have more than 2 of another unit now that I have 2 clan rat units, but they're gonna have full command. One is 25 and the other is 24. We're Skaven, so we gotta bring our Skaven slaves, which is like this is the biggest change here, I think, to how I play, because of you can never have more files than you do ranks than you do files. I can't bring those big bunkers of slaves anymore. So these are 20-man squads of slaves with musicians, 2 of them. Storm Vermin, where we're gonna have 30 of them, and they're still gonna have the Razor Standard, which is a little bit cheaper in this edition. The other different thing about Storm Vermin is they can actually bring hand weapon and shields. I'm not bringing them, I am bringing the traditional halberd for +1 strength, but it's cool that that is an option. On to my special choices. We got 2 units of Gutter Runners. They're each going to be 6-man units. We did not buy the Death Runner, but we did upgrade them to poison attacks, which, haha, won't matter for this game because undead. But they also have slings. Right in front of them there is 2 units. These are also a special choice, and these are plague swarms or plague rat swarms. So they're the normal swarms now that they've been changed to Warhammer's Army Project, so you'll see how that makes a difference. But they also have poison attacks, which also won't make a difference in this game. But they're essentially 10 points more than the normal unit for the poison attacks rule. Last unit of special is 4 Warlock or Warplock Jezzails. Doom Wheel. It's a rare choice, so I can only bring 1 now. But I haven't used this. I brought the Hell Pit last game, so we gotta try their Doom Wheel now. Lastly, we have the dreaded Storm Fiends. They are also a rare choice. They're all gonna have rattling guns. And I know that was like broken in last edition, but I really just want to see how bad they are now. So I apologize, Luka, if this is too overpowered. I have to play against the next game, so if they are overpowered, at least I will have to play against them too. So I thought that this was the best game to bring them in. So we'll see if they are still the scary, scary threat on the tabletop they used to be. Now we have our characters. We're going to start with our general, who is our warlord, and he's going to be on his Rat Ogre Bonebreaker, just like before. So he's going to have the Armor of Destiny, which is still heavy armor 4 up ward save. He's going to have the Rival Hide Talisman, which forces all enemies attempting to strike the wearer re-roll successful to hit, so it makes them harder to hit in combat. And then there was a sword that was a little bit too expensive, so I'm a little bit sad about that. So instead we have the Sword of Might for +1 strength, which is 15 points instead of 20. So it's a little bit cheaper now. But that is our Warlord General. Battle Standard Bearer. He's our chieftain with his medium armor, because he can't get heavy in this edition, and his shield. So I'm still trying him as naked as I did before, trying to keep him out of combat and just provide my leadership bubble for my, not great rat leadership. And then for magic support, we've got these twin Warlock Engineers. So we're gonna have one who's a level 2, and the other who's a level 1. The level 2 will have his green pipes there, and he has the Warp Scroll, so that's a bound item scroll for him. And he's also going to have the Scryer War Gear, which is I think it's Supercharged Warp Power Accumulator. So that allows him to throw an extra die at spells beyond his normal, because it's is a level 2, which means he can only normally throw 4 dice at a spell. So now he can actually throw 5 if he wants to. And then he's going to have Flensing Ruin, Howling Warp Gale, Warp Lightning, which is the signature. And then those are his spells. And then the level 1 is going to have Death Frenzy and Warp Lightning. And he's going to... Sorry, I had a Battle Scribe error there. So it's just Death Frenzy and Warp Lightning for the level 1. And then he also has the Warp Energy Condenser, which allows me to channel an extra die for him. And then he's going to have the Eye of the Horned Rat, which on the beginning of every magic phase, I get to roll a d6. On a 2-up, I add a die. On a 1, I remove a die. So give me a little bit of extra magic boosting. That rounds out the 2,000 points of Skaven, Warhammer's Armies project. I have no idea how it's going to be. So Luka, if it's bad, I'm sorry, you have to play it. And if it's good, well, I have to play against it next game.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the battlefield. We're going to try and keep it simple with a battle line game. That's, we deploy across from each other, we meet in the middle line, and we clash. I just want to give a shout out to some of the terrain companies here that provided some of the terrain you see. The bigger pieces are, won't lie, it's aquarium terrain, painted up by Adam and Green Leaf Terrain.
It looks beautiful,
honestly. It looks beautiful, like the colors he used are magnificent. We have Terrainify for a hill. We got a hill over in the corner. We got some foreground trees just to spruce up the corners of the table a little bit. They won't be impacting the game too much. We have a little rock from Adam as well. And then some of the old Citadel kits for the Wildwood there. Which we'll be playing as random forest, by the way, so that's going to be random forest. This edition, you can kind of dictate what you want the woods to be for the game, but I always like the random forest.
Especially because we're still learning, and it's a kind of swampy thing, so we don't know what these trees are yet.
It could be anything.
Right? That's the Necromancer's home. That's my lore behind this battlefield.
Yeah, this is where the Necromancer hangs out, and the battle's been brought here, and he just kind of stumbles out of his home with his morning coffee, and he's like, oh gosh, no.
Oh, dirty rats!
Oh,
no.
I guess I gotta fight. There's my lord over there.
Alright, get together, zombies, let's go.
Kind of like Achilles from Troy in a way.
Yeah.
He just shows up a little late. Luckily, the battlefield's right at his front door. And then we have some of the old fences.
The G-Dub fences.
From the G-Dub. We're just going to be playing them as fences, so, negative on the hit and soft cover and all that good stuff. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and roll off to see who gets to pick a side and deploy first. Bam! I got a 6.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to deploy a unit first here. And there are subtle differences in the rules in deploying. Things that are, small in points. Anything sub 50, I'll get dropped at once, so you can't just bog down your deployment and see where all your opponent's stuff is going. Yeah,
I think that's big. It really changes up how you build lists, and there's a lot of incentives to stop those redirectors in this edition. So I like that a lot.
I don't think that we ever did that too much, but I could understand why someone would try to manipulate that. Yeah. Voila, here we are, all deployed. Now I finished deploying first. I had one fewer drops, and I picked my zone. And I'll give you an idea what I went with. And we did figure out something about the expendable rules on War Beasts. That's just a special rule that War Beasts have that we weren't aware of. We were just kind of flipping through the unit types, and that answers that question. So if you left some comments down below, we appreciate it, but we got there. We got my zombies on my left. We got Fellbats trying to protect the Necromancer because he's not undead, which means he cannot join any of the undead units. So I gotta try and block him with block line of sight to him, and failing that, there'll be lookouts for him. Skeletons, Graveguard, Fellbats. We have our general deployed here with the rest of the Blood Knights extending this way. Zombies right in front. Skeletons, our White King with the Black Knights in the back, and Dire Wolves off to the right there. And then for Cullen, we have Storm Fiends, or Rat Storms to the left. We have the General in his Storm Vermin unit. And are these are all clan rats, I assume?
Sorry, it's slaves, clan rats, and back with the BSB.
Okay, so slaves, clan rats, and then we have Jezzails with the unit of rat swarms, and then off to the right we have the Zadoom Wheel. And there was something, so I'll get +1 on my roll for determining who goes first. And for the spells, I brought 2 level 2, so I only have access to the first 4 spells in the lore. They both know Invocate because they're signatures, and they know the lore attribute. And I went with the Necromancer knowing Von Hell's Dance Macabre as well as Hellish Vigor, which have both been slightly reworked. And then the Vampire Lord, who's level 2, will know Gaze of Nagash and Raise Dead. I'm going to do one quick correction on my deployment. I had room for the zombies to deploy 6 wide. I don't know if it's a good idea. I'm trying it out because there's a rule for uniformations in this edition, which is a very healthy change. A unit cannot have more ranks than it has files. So I have 5x5, which is legal. 5x5, which is legal. The zombies have a rule called the Newly Dead where they can be increased past their starting size with invocation, but you're still capped out at, if I had 5 wide, I can only go 5 deep, and that means I could have only added 5 zombies there and like 3 over here. So I deployed them 6 wide, which makes them more susceptible to enemy ranks hitting them and more damage, which is probably not a great idea, but whatever. Also, the Newly Dead makes them crumble 1 more. That was not a thing before, but now they always crumble 1 additional for the unstable rule. So I think, as far as I'm concerned, Cullen and I are ready to go. We're going to try this out and see where we end up. We're going to roll off to see who goes first. I get +1 to said roll. My man's roll off time.
Wait, one thing. We had.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about your same issue for you.
For the exact same reason as Luka, when my characters joined my clan rat units, they actually displaced models to the point of being beyond size. And honestly, just because I don't have the trays for it yet, because I think we're gonna have to be building a lot different trays for this. I just took 2 clan rats because this was unit 24 and this was 25. So I would have known that the characters would have had to do that. So I made this with 23 and 24, which means I could buy 2 more storm vermin, and then it all worked out.
It's an easy fix, yeah. Whereas mine, I just more of a reform on the deploy. So rolling off, I'll reroll.
You get the +1 though.
Oh, reroll.
Okay, it mattered there.
7.
It doesn't matter there.
All right, I think I have to go first, or I could choose who goes first. I think I want to go second. Actually, I don't know.
Well, I will look up if you get a choice.
Oh, fair. I think I'm just gonna go first to keep it simple, anyways, and we'll see how that goes for me.
Yeah, I think it's the way it states it in the scenario is to see which player takes the first turn. So I assume the winner of the roll-off then takes the first turn. But if anyone wants to prove me wrong in the comment section, be my guest.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to going first or second. I think going second would be okay, but going first gets me up the field more too, because you don't want to push. You even if you were to go first, you probably just move them up a little bit, take some shots, and end your turn, and probably move that guy too. So I'm gonna go first anyways.
So. Okay.
Just to see, just to push forward and just weather the storm. Usually vampire accounts are pretty good at weathering shooting attacks. We're gonna see how that works out for us, and we're gonna move forward. We have no charges to declare, no stupidities to resolve or anything like that. So we are going to simply move forward. I think I'm going to try and get the Necromancer behind the woods to get a little safe from the Storm Fiend shooting over there. And other than that, though, we're going to go on to remaining moves. My General is here, which allows all undead to march within 12, which is... Oh, I got to do a Vanguard. I'm going to Vanguard them there. I probably would have done that anyways if I was going first or not, because it's not like they're really in danger of getting charged by anything. I still don't know what I want to do with them. They don't block shooting as well as they used to. Because Cullen's going to want to shoot the bigger, scary units in the back here. And they have a higher unit strength, so they're able to be seen. I mean, I guess they could have blocked the Graveguard a little bit, but oh well. The Graveguard will move forward 8, march forward 8. We're going to march these guys forward 8.
Match the Graveguard.
Match the Graveguard, just going up there. Boop, boop. We're going to use the Fellbats to fly. They get to march 20. They're going to go in front of. They can go a little bit further than this, but this should be adequate. Just protect the Graveguard a little bit, I think. Because they are the same unit strength as the Graveguard. But I mean, I guess it doesn't matter against the Storm. The Storm Fiends have a higher unit strength, so they can see past unit strength 1. Regardless. These skeletons are going to go ahead and march. They're going to wheel a little bit. They're going to end up over here. I want to try and leave an opening for some of the cavalry to be able to sneak through eventually. We're going to end there. I think I want to... We're gonna march with those skeletons next. I'm trying to figure out the order of how I want to move things in. It's a little weird deployment here. Yeah, the skeletons are gonna go forward now and take up the woods. I'm gonna figure out what those woods are. So roll it up now. I don't want to. Oh, the same thing. They're fungal woods. Okay. Oh, but those are fungal woods over there. If anyone's curious. So it's the old stupidity.
Oh, I mean, hey, that makes sense. The swamp is all one forest.
Yeah, it makes sense. I like that. Who got the same result? All right. They all march forward, move forward. The Necromancer march in that direction, staying within 12 of those zombies just in case. And then the Fellbats flew behind to try and protect. Now we're gonna march these Blood Knights on their nightmares. They have barding, so they're a little bit slow. We're gonna try and end up somewhere around here. All right, that's with the first move. Everything's starting to try and spread out a little bit. March them, but not quite their full move on both the cavalry units. I am gonna move on to magic now. Let's roll out the winds. It's very similar to 8th edition. I only got 4 dice. Cullen's gonna get 3. Channeling works a little different. I channel a d6 equal to my total wizard levels. So I have 4 in wizard levels, and my channels work on 5. Cullen will do the same thing, but his will only work on 6s.
Correct.
I'm going to go ahead and channel my 4. I'm going to get 1 extra die, so I'll have 5 dice for this magic phase?
I get 3 channels. These are on 6s. My warp power accumulator only works on on power dice.
Okay.
So I get 4 to dispel or channel.
So you get 3 dice to my 5.
Yep.
I feel like I want to go over some of the changes to magic.
We're just trying to do it real quick.
Yeah, for anyone who's not familiar with Warhammer Army projects, new miscast chart. You miscast on double 1s. The spell still succeeds though if you roll high enough. And there's no irresistible force. Instead, if you roll, for every 6 you roll, you get to roll a further d6. And if they also roll 6s, you just continue rolling until you don't. That's dangerous because you could then roll into more 1s, is the idea there. And the miscast table, you get a higher result based on how many dice you threw into the spell. We'll talk about the miscast table when that comes up, because it probably will come up at some point.
Hopefully not, but hey.
It doesn't seem as devastating as the 8th edition one. Also, you only add half your wizard level to the spell. So my 2 level 1s level 2s only add 1 to the roll here. And they can only throw a maximum amount of dice based on their wizard level as well, which I believe is 4 for a level 2. It's double their wizard level, I think.
No, it's
something
because a level 3 or a level 1 can throw 3 dice.
Right. Is it
2, 3, 4?
Okay, gotcha. So it's +2. So like a level 4 can throw up to 6. Okay, gotcha.
Which is level +2.
Nice. Okay, well I got 5 dice. My black Periapt lets me store 2 dice I don't use every phase, and I can use it in the preceding like dispel phase or whatever it might be. Which I think is pretty neat for a 20-point item. So we're gonna go ahead and cast. I'll start with the Gaze of Nagash. I want to do some like preliminary damage. What is this toughness on the Storm Fiend?
4.
I might throw a Gaze of Nagash their way. He's level 2, so he can only throw 4 dice.
This is a direct damage or a magic missile?
This is a magic missile. I need forward arc and line of sight for this one, but his unit strength ignores all the unit strength 1 in front of him, not to mention their unit strength 3, so I can see them over top of all the other units in the way.
Yes, sir.
So I love the line of sight rules in this edition. They seem very clear. I want to throw... I think I do want this to go off, so I want to throw 4 dice at it, so I will.
Wow.
Okay, well, we succeed.
Not great, though.
Not a great roll. That's 8, 11, plus 1 for a total of 12. It casts on a 9.
Okay, well, I guess I'll try to dispel it. Hey, look, so that 6 means I get to throw an extra die.
You get to
now,
keep
double 1s mean nothing for dispelling.
Okay.
So it's not like I can miscast it. Woo. Dude, this happens literally every game we've played so far. Okay. And then, so I always re-roll my 6s into 1s, and that's how that goes. So that would have been really bad if I was casting.
Right, so that would have been a miscast. And we would have resolved the miscast afterwards. But in this case, the Gaze of Nagash fails. I have 1 die left over. I think I'm just going to store it, because I don't really want to do any other spell for now. I could raise dead and all that stuff, but...
Gonna try to do the storing. Now, do you have to roll dice to possibly get them, or no?
It's automatic, but I can only do up to 2.
Okay.
So that just means I get 1 more dispel die.
Okay.
When your turn comes up. I have no shooting, so I'm going to go ahead and end my turn there. We're going to go on to turn 1 for the...
Rats!
We're going to have some charges, are we?
We're going to have some slaves. Try to charge some bats.
Okay, that's fair. I'm holding. I'm undead. I think I must hold. I didn't really see anything about that, but I'm going to hold anyways. It doesn't say anything about must hold. I'm going to anyways, though. But I would like, a clarification on that. Do I have the option of flee now as undead? Or stand and shoot? Dare I say if I have ranged units in my army? Like skeleton bowmen and stuff? So we got to do a stupidity check on the swarms.
I don't know what their leadership is. Probably 5.
Are they too far away from the general?
Oh boy, are they!
What's the unit strength? So yeah, they changed it from large target for inspiring presence to be if your unit strength is like 5 or more, you get the 18-inch bubble. It might be more than 5, but I think in this case he's only got 4 wounds on.
Wow, I think this really screwed me. I'm leadership 3.
Oh, I'm double 1s, my man. Double 1s. All right, close. So I think they just meander forward.
Sure, I got to reroll. BSB, nope.
Actually, I don't think the BSB lets you reroll stupidity checks.
Okay.
Because I think it's only break and panic.
Oh, true. You know what? You're right. So I guess I'm just gonna go
5. Okay. Okay. Well, there's gonna. Bloop.
That was pretty bad. All things considering, like the 1 unit that happened to be roll in the stupid forest. But sure, I guess that's where they are.
Well, they don't block the line of sight for shooting.
No, that is true.
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll go on to charges where the slaves will charge.
Yeah, if anyone's curious, they do count as unit strength 3, but not for line of sight purposes. There's 0 because they're tiny and close to the ground. Is that the only charge, the slaves there?
Yep.
Against the Felbats? All right.
13.
And they move...
5.
They only move 5?
Yeah.
Okay, can they even make it?
7. Oh, wait.
It's only 1d6.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Charging is...
Charging is different. So charging for non...
I can't charge.
It's a...
Wow.
So we just won't declare the charge with them then.
That was big brain.
So if anyone's curious, charging, they finally addressed that infantry should not be able to charge up to 18 inches in some regards. The way charging works for non-swift stride things is if you roll 2d6, take the highest, and add your movement characteristic. So no longer do skeletons charge up to 16 inches. They only charge up to 10, which is like, they shouldn't go more than 8, but like 10 is still nice. And all that good stuff. And then if you move faster, you just have the traditional swift stride where you take both the dice, or 3d6, taking the 2 highest. So it makes cavalry incredibly deadly when it comes to charging, or things with fly. So since there's no charging, we have the compulsory move.
I'm guessing I'm gonna like skirt the woods a little bit.
Yeah, you don't. Is it a chariot?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to hit the woods with that bad boy. So it moves 3d6 forward. Do doubles mean anything bad, or is it only triples?
It's triples.
Okay, so he's gonna go forward to 8. All right. He's gonna probably zap dogs when that comes up. So he ends up there. Then we have remaining moves for non-compulsory. Or compulsory, I can never remember. That's a compulsory move. That's non-compulsory, you can't control it. Compulsory moves, remaining moves, here we go. Stormfiend moving away to try and line up line of sight against my Graveguard, and then the Swarm.
It's gonna come like right on the, this is the dumb
That's the dumb woods, yeah, this is one giant fungus woods.
Well, I guess we're gonna
go around the long way.
I think so.
But they can march, they don't suffer the rules that I do. Now for the shooting over here, the Stormfiends, I kind of didn't consider the fact that skirmishers have to be an inch apart, so they don't block line of sight super well, because that one Stormfiend's corner can draw a straight line right through the middle here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that works, unless there's something we're missing, but...
It's one of those, like, I'm not too concerned about it. We're going to let, because that Stormfiend's corner can draw a line of sight to that guy's corner, that guy can do the same thing, so they're all able in one way or another to see the Graveguard, so they're going to get lit up by some Rattling guns. But they had to move to do it, so... Yeah. That's a thing, too.
But before that, we
do have... And nothing else is going to move. We're going to hunker down as rats.
And roll the winds of magic.
You get also 4.
Wow, they're ebbing and flowing today.
Yeah.
So we have a level 2 and a level 1, which would be 3, plus the additional die from the warp power accumulator.
It just always gives you +1?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good.
On power dice. So 5s for 1 extra.
So you're at 6. It's an extra channel. I thought it was an automatic extra die.
No. It's an extra channel. And now I roll a die for one of my magic items. On a 2-up, I get an extra die. On a 1, I lose a die. Hey, look.
Okay.
Now I get 6 dice.
Which one's that magic item? I'm just like, for me to know later. It's one of them. Okay, it's one of them, yeah.
So that's an Eye of the Horned Rat, which is the level 1 is holding.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. So I get 3 dice plus my 4 channels on 6s. Nothing there, but I get the 4th die because of my my magic item, the Black Periapt.
All right. So first up, level uno. We're gonna cast some Warp Lightning.
All right, throwing 3. How many dice are we throwing at Warp Lightning?
So because he's level 1, he can only throw up to 3 dice, but I'm gonna throw 2 at it.
Okay.
Now Warp Lightning also in this edition has an upcasted version, but for upcast you don't have to declare until you've rolled your dice, and if you actually roll high enough to get the upcasted version, you can then choose to, it's the 2d6 version. But I guess I have to tell you the target, which is going to be those bats.
All right, rip bats. How many dice are we throwing?
2 dice.
All right, 2 dice. I got a 9.
Hey, look.
Or I guess a 10.
But we get ultimate power!
Oh, what's the upcasted value?
Well, no, ultimate power.
Oh, you got the 6. Oh, very nice.
So I got to roll another die. And look, it's a 5.
I am not stopping that. You can Warp Lightning the crap out of those bats.
But now is the question of, does it go off? Because I get +1 to this, so that's a total of 15.
Does it? Oh, the upcasted version. I get it. Okay.
Yeah. So I need to show a 12 for the upcasted version. So, oh boy, am I.
Oh, by all means, I'm not even going to try and stop that.
So that means I'm doing 2d6 strength 5 hits with lightning attacks.
Do it on. Bring it on.
So how many?
4.
Wow.
They're T3, so you wound them on 2s. You do 3 wounds. That kills 1 base, I believe. And you die. You succumb to the Warp Lightning, and you're wounded. All right, what's the next spell?
Okay, well, I just thought of something. So maybe I shouldn't have Warp Lightning the bats, but that's okay. The level 2 is going to try to Warp Lightning them.
Aha! Yeah, you can see them right through the middle there.
And we're going to throw 3 dice at it. Hey, look.
Oh, big power. The 6 might be more.
Make it 5 more, so it's a 10, 16, 17, 18, 19 to cast. So it's definitely getting upcasted.
You can have it. Absolutely, you can have it.
Okay, 2d6.
5.
Dang it.
And these wound on 4s because they're
They do.
They might be T4. Roll it up and I'll double check their profile.
Okay.
I think you're good no matter what. Okay, well, Cullen has informed me that the Warp Lightning has a rule that says it ignores all armor saves, so my 1-up armor saves will go to the wind. I'm going to throw dice to try and stop that spell.
I don't remember what I got, but you got to roll an extra die.
Yeah. My goodness, would I have protected them a lot more I'm gonna increase that to a 4 and roll this die. There we go. I think I stopped it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, okay, none of that nonsense. I can't really protect them better because I got a big unit strength. Well, there goes my dice out. You know what? Pretty much, I've got a black parry up 2 dice against that every time. That's brutal for these guys. Oof.
So then our level 2, right? It's level 2 who's got the warp scroll. So he's gonna read it, and that's a bound item that casts a direct damage, 24-inch range, inflict a strength 3 hit on all models in the unit. If you suffer casualties, you panic.
Okay, who are you gonna throw that at?
I'm gonna throw it at your Graveguard.
All right, by all
I know
means.
they're T4, but it's kind of better than throwing it at zombies.
Makes sense.
And it's a bound item, so I get to throw a free die at it.
Okay.
So
In addition to the one you already have.
Yeah. So
a 5.
did not.
Oh,
get it.
what is it cast on? 6?
Oh wait, does he get his +1? Because it's a 6. He would probably get his +1.
Well, you don't normally in 8, so I'll go double check.
Doesn't go off.
All right.
Womp womp.
Okay, good. So I survived the magic, actually rather well, I should say.
All right, for shooting, we're gonna start over here with the Doom Wheel because it's the easiest. It still does the 3 automatic hits. You're closer with your doggos. And we're gonna do artillery dice strength.
4.
4.
All right, wounds on 3s.
Zap.
Zap, zap. Kills 3 dogs, I assume?
Yup.
All right, I'm just gonna, I forgot to move them last turn. People probably pointed that out. That's okay. 100% assume the Vanguard is their normal move. It's okay, I'm okay with their position they're in anyways. And undead immune to psychology, so we're good there.
All right, the Jezzails will fire next. And we're gonna have them fire at the Blood Knights. We can see them. We are drawing line of sight through this fence.
Which is soft cover.
So I'm gonna be -1.
Yeah.
But I didn't move. And over half range is not a thing.
Long range is no longer a modifier. They're trying to make shooting a little more relevant because it was kind of pointless.
Close range is a thing.
Ooh.
If you're within 4 inches, you can get close range +1. But
Were they hit
yeah,
on normally 4s being Jezzails, or they bump them up to BS4?
they did not. So they'd be
5s
4s
to
to 5s.
What happens if they roll 1s? That used to be a thing
Oh,
before.
now I roll a die on a 1.
Also the same roll before, okay. So they all miss. 2 of them hit the fence, a couple of them are just off target. And we have the Storm Fiends.
Which will do its shots into your Graveguard.
Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp!
Still multiple shots, 3d6 each. So they're all armed with Rattling guns.
Yes, ignore the fists and the warfire.
9d6.
Should be a good amount of shots. So they don't ignore moving and firing them anymore. But the long range doesn't matter.
They do ignore multiple shots.
They do ignore that though, yeah. Maybe 34 shots, hitting on 5s because of moving there and firing.
So we're gonna hit you on 5s.
Good luck! Nice. Yeah, so the 1s might hit friendlies in the front arc, but there are no friendlies in the front arc, so we're just gonna go on to the 5s to hit. They're just wildly off target.
It was 5 1s though.
Oh, okay. 25? Still very scary. 3s to wound. I got a few fails in there. And these are strength 5 armor piercing or just strength 5?
5 armor pierce.
So
They
that's
used to be reroll to wound, but we're not anymore.
Okay, I can see why that'd be ridiculous.
7.
7 saves on my Graveguard. The Graveguard I did pay the points to upgrade them to the new heavy armor, which is a 4-up save normally. They have shields, which is only a +1 of their save in the front arc, which is, in this case, it works. You don't get shields on the flanks or in the rears from shooting attacks because, they're facing the direction they want the shields to work in. So they have a 3-up save, -3, 6 ups. So every 6 is a saved Graveguard, not a single one. We do lose 7, yeah. So you lose the back rank +2.
Not that bad, honestly, but...
With Invocate, I could bring back that much in one go.
Right, yeah. If you weren't vampires, that would be a significant hit to a unit.
Yeah, vampires, I've never been too concerned about shooting in the past. I say that now. With that, we have a conclusion. We have no combats to resolve. I have no panics to do, obviously. I'm the vampire counts, and we're going to go on to my turn 2. I'm going to remember my dogs this time. I'm going to declare a charge against the rat swarms.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what those 2 dogs can do. It's tough to say. It is tough to say. Actually, I think I'm not going to charge with them, now that I think about it. We are going to charge with nothing. Actually, we're just going to move. I think I want them just to go and... Can they block him or no? I can't remember. Because there's a new rule for unit strengths and what it can block and whatnot. I don't think 2 dogs can take on the swarms. If I had 5 dogs, I think I would do that. So we're going to go on our remaining moves. We are going to march the bats, I guess. They get to move 20. Nothing's march blocking them. You're gonna take up that position there, just to like get in front of the Jezzails is the hope and the dreams.
I guess, yeah.
Just because they can block with their unit strength, as far as I'm aware. We're gonna go ahead and march the rest of the stuff. Let's send the zombies and Graveguard forward. We're just gonna take up that awkward position. We are going to march them. They don't care about the woods being stupid because, well, they're immune psychology. Move forward the skeletons with the march, and the necromancer will follow behind. Now he is unfortunately subject to stupidity in there. He's not immune to psychology. He's not undead. Somehow, hopefully, that works out for him. And then the bats, the legendary bats. Where do they go? I think they're gonna fly because they're not super great at protecting against fire. They're gonna flap their wings in this direction. I just want to march them before I'm gonna probably move and swift reform you. I gotta march. I gotta get them out of the way because I gotta swift reform the zombies a little bit. Now that they're near before I move the general. So I'm going to figure out where they want to go. I'm just going to roll the swift reform on the zombies because they have the musician. And they're going to, I'm pretty sure a vampire lord is 9. I'll go double check. He is 10. I'm just going to go ahead and move them first and show you where they end up afterwards with the swift reform and the regular move before. Apparently, the swift reforms are automatic. I didn't need to roll that leadership there. So that's not a risk on this guy
actually,
anymore.
The musicians, so musicians don't do that. You don't get to like re-roll. You get to re-roll your rally tests when you're fleeing.
Oh, that's kind of, yeah, okay, I get it. All right. Where they're going to swift reform, we're going to swap that Blood Knight and this Vampire Lord because I want the general bubble near them. So I'm going to take you off, boop, and you will be happy over there. Just to get my general over there. We're going to do a 7-inch move. We're going to go forward. Yeah, just going to go there with them just to make it stop kind of there. We're going to swift reform these skeletons and move them forward. It's going to go like around there-ish. I just want to make room for the Black Knights to get through. And the Black Knights are going to, I guess, technically reform as well. They're just going to take up. I don't want to go. I don't want to go through that.
Okay.
Just because it's dangerous terrain. On second thought, I'm going to go here instead in case that goes into contact with them, overruns into them. I'd be stuck there. So this is a much safer position to go in because the bats are obviously not going to be there for next turn. I'll just take the dangerous terrain checks. Whatever. They're fine. Well, they're on skeletal steeds. They actually used to ignore that. I don't think that's the case anymore, but I'll double check. So yeah, they are spectral steeds. So they do get the bonus of 8th edition rules where they ignore the barding. And they have ethereal for the purposes of movement, so they won't suffer the dangerous terrain for going through that either. So that's good to know. So we're just going to keep them nice and ready in that kind of position, and that should conclude my movement. We're going to go on to magic. Well, I'm going to roll 2d6. I'm going to get a 10 this time. Ooh, much better, much better. And we're going to channel twice and go up to 12.
Ooh.
And your channels?
None.
So you get 6, I get 12. We're going to start with our necromancer. We have 12 dice. What an obscene amount of dice. This could be kind of nice. Let's try and get some of those Graveguard back. So we're going to invocate. We're going to throw 3 dice at it because I have all the other spells I want to get off as well. Plus, like, I could throw 4 at it, I guess. Because I would invocate, can bring more zombies back. Targets everything within 6. Zombies can go over the starting numbers. Those zombies are too far away. But if I roll high enough, those zombies could get hit by it. So we're going to throw 4 dice at it from his invocate. Okay, I gotta get more dice. So we get this explodey 6s. Oh, that's what we get. Okay, so we roll 11. We definitely got the bigger version of Invocate that'll hit all undead within 12. All that's gonna matter is healing the Graveguard and bringing the zombie, getting 2d6 plus 2 zombies in both the units as well. Cullen's gonna let me have that. So we're gonna bring back d6 plus 2 Graveguard. It's gonna be 5 Graveguard come back. And then it's going to be 2d6 plus 1 zombies because they have the newly dead rule. So it's going to be 10 zombies over there. I'll just leave that there for now. And then 2d6 plus 2, so it'll be 7 zombies over there. Bam. Bam. Getting reinforced. Curse of Undeath on the lore attribute got reworked. It targets undead units, and they regain 1 wound as if they were hit by Invocation of Nagash. So this unit would just get 1 more Graveguard back. So it's like plus 3 essentially. On the flip side, it only targets undead, so I can no longer heal vampiric units with that. They have to heal themselves with the hunger, which is a little bit better, but not that great. Okay, I got 8 dice left. We're gonna throw 2 dice from the Necromancer. We're gonna throw 2 dice at Von Hells, and this will let a unit do a regular move, but it cannot march. So no longer can Von Hells let you do in fact, Von Hells got hit pretty bad. It doesn't reroll hit rolls anymore. It just lets everything do a 4-inch move. Well, let's see if we get it.
I mean, to be fair, it was crazy good.
It was like a little too busted before. We actually fail to cast that one. That's okay.
You don't lose concentration for failing to cast.
It's true. He's done, though. His turn is over. We're going to throw 4 dice from the Vampire Lord at the Gaze of Nagash. Okay, not bad. Good roll. Okay, that's what we got. So we got 13, 15, 21. We're gonna Storm Fiends are the target for that.
You know what? I think I'm gonna throw 5 of my 6 because I know you got 2 left to possibly do something. So I'm gonna keep 1, so you kind of are maybe forced to save those 2 dice.
Right.
Which is okay by me.
Ooh, 8, 9. I wonder.
I think we did.
Not quite high enough to dispel that. So we're gonna throw 2d6 at that. It's going to be 3 hits. Not too bad at all. T4 on them.
Yeah.
They are wounded once at a -1.
Medium armor, so I got a 6-up save.
Oh,
Hey!
naked, no damage at all. Wasn't that big of a deal. And then we're gonna store these 2 dice in the artifact.
All right, fine. I should have thrown my 1 dice at it, but it didn't make a difference because I didn't get punished.
I need to save against this stupid warp lightning, so I need as much dice as I possibly can against that wild spell against them. That there is my turn. We're gonna go on to turn 2 for the rats. Charges.
So we're gonna start with these slaves charging those bats.
Oh, they're gonna hold.
Okay, well, so that's happening. And then we're gonna, this is a 10, so we'll charge there.
Yeah, they just have to charge defense, pretty
Yep.
much.
Because that's gonna be I have to roll a 4 on 2 dice,
What's the
choosing the
movement
highest.
on them? 5? This is the
6.
rate. Ooh, some about Swift Stride on that. Oh, they don't have the Swift Stride rule probably as swarms. Yeah, no Swift Stride on swarms, just double checking that. So they're going to clear charge, I'll hold there as well. Any other charges?
No, that's it.
Alrighty. Oh, by the way, sorry, the Gaze and the Ash spell went off, so I do get 1 more Graveguard back for the lower attribute.
Lame.
Boom, ending a charge like that, resolving the charge like that. They obviously can't close the door to me because the other unit preventing that, so I just finished.
Not to mention, I have a higher unit strength than you, because you're.
I'm unit strength 6.
Okay,
so
so-
if I was less than 5.
I see, it's less than
yes.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
And you are 6.
Yeah, they're because they're 2 of 3. And then these guys got to roll up their charge.
I need to do a 4.
That's
Hey,
good enough. So they're gonna come on in. And I'm just gonna they're gonna scrunch together.
I will get a negative for fighting at the fence, but hey, whatever.
-1 to hit. That should be it. We have this guy is
Oh, look, we know what we're doing.
Boom. Don't roll a 1-1. Oh, he is in it to win it.
Boom.
Doggos. He still shoots, right?
Yeah.
If he's engaged, gotcha. And then we have remaining moves. We march the slaves forward in front of the graveyard and somewhat zombies. And then back there we have the clan rat unit reforming, swift reforming.
The BSBs. And then we're going to move like half an inch up.
Sure. And just get the BSB on the other side. And we are going to move the other clan rats with the 2 wizards. Or the wizard is going to leave and join the unit behind.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
So we actually reformed
Swift
wide
reforming. Yeah.
because of, again, the limits of ranks and files.
Yeah.
So that puts that there.
And then both the characters join that unit there.
And
Both
then-
the engineers. And then these are clan rats, right?
Yeah, they're going to move sideways.
Boop. I'm going to move over that away. 2.5.
The storm vermin. I guess we'll just stay here because still everything is within leadership bubble.
Yeah, they're just
Yep.
ready to countercharge whatever pushes through the crap out front. And the swarms go.
Because stupid woods.
The woods protect. I'll get my zombies at some point. Before we continue with more movement or the magic phase, let's see if the ambushers show up. There's 2 of them. Both do show up.
Yay.
They show up around this point too. 1 unit of ambushers, boop, pop up here and move forward. And here they show up behind my lines with the eyes on the necromancer. He's not deep enough into the woods to get line of sight blocked from them. And then they're all lined up to be able to draw a straight line to him.
I think the second unit might be a little bit far.
They're a little too far. This unit can all bomb shots into them though with
We
their
got
slings.
4 from that unit.
Okay. A couple things we noticed with line of sight and shooting. Intervening models do provide hard cover if their unit's strength is half or higher than the unit being targeted, which we messed up earlier, but it didn't really come down to anything, so it's okay in that regard. Like, as an example, the Graveguard would provide hard cover for the Knights because they're at least half the unit strength the Knights are, and they're directly in the way. And then lone characters, well, something with unit strength of 2 or less on its own gets a lone model -1 to hit modifier. So he's in the soft cover of the woods, he's on his own, nothing's intervening though. So there's a lot more negative modifiers to shooting than I initially thought there were. So it is like not unfeasible to run a necromancer around on his own, just because I can't think of what he would normally join anyways. But regardless, we're on to magic now.
I'm just going to move these guys back just a hair.
Sure.
Back. Try not to get flanked by that unit of skeletons, but it might not be possible, eh?
That's a flank, yeah, even from that position, that'd be a flank. And magic, 2d6.
All right.
I'm gonna get my 2 dice. You get 5, I get also 5 because of what you rolled, but you have your channels.
On 5s.
Ooh, 3 more.
And then I get to roll a die. On a 2-up, I get an extra die.
You do. So you get an extra 4 dice on top of 5. So you're at 9, and I'm at 5, and I get my channels. Get my 4 channels. No help. So I just got 5 to 9 dice. Okay, we got a spell. What's the spell?
Oh, we're going to start by reading the scroll.
Okay. Scroll's going to go on to...
the Graveguard.
All right, so you get 1 free die on this, and you can use any amount of dice you want to from the pool.
You have 5 dice in total.
I got 5 whole dices.
So we will, just to hope you... Yeah, because I feel like you don't want to take a strength 3 on every Graveguard. So it goes off.
You can have it.
All right.
25 hits on the Graveguard. These wound them on 5s because it is strength 3. Anyone's curious, this is a direct damage. It just needs forward arc, not line of sight. And 9 wounding hits. These are 3-up saves. I lose 4 Graveguard. Yeah, I guess I'll lose from there. Boom, boom, boom. They would have to take a panic check, but they are immune to psychology.
Okay, level 1, Warp Lightning.
Blood Knights, boo! I'm gonna throw 3 dice at it. Oh, that's a good roll. It's a 15! Well, 16, I guess.
So
That's real bad. I think I'm just, oh God, I think I'm just gonna let it go through. A 15 is too hard to stop, and I might have better luck stopping another one. Or maybe I just hope the other ones fail and I just throw 5 dice at this. Because I can't 3 dice that. I mean, I could get lucky, sure, but I can't rely on luck to stop that. It's gonna be 2d6 hits at wound on 3s, no armor save allowed. But it does count as a missile attack, so I'll have the banner, which is a 4 board save against it. They're not undead, so I can never bring any of them back. 7 hits, they're all dead pretty much on this. What a brutal spell right now. And just hope the other one fails? I'm just gonna throw 5 dice at it, hope the other one fails. So I stop it.
You're gonna roll an extra die, but it doesn't make a difference.
It wouldn't make a difference, yeah. I'm just gonna hope the other ones fail. At least not fail, but don't get the 2d6.
Yeah.
All right, what's the plan, my man? Cullen desperately wants the big, obviously the big warp lightning.
Yeah, I want the
against
big warp lightning, so I need to show a 12. So I need to show 11 on dice.
Yeah.
But
You still have the level 2 wizard as well.
I do have the level 2.
So you don't need to show up a 10 on the dice, I
No,
guess.
no, he only gets +1.
Oh, he only gets +1 because it's half his wizard level, that's right.
Heck
Round
yeah,
it up.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna 4 dice it to guarantee it. There's a...
Guaranteed, no guarantees.
Well-
But I see what make it more likely. I think you got it.
3, 6, 9, 12, 11.
11
Yeah,
plus 1 is 12.
That's exactly what I needed.
Gross. All right, 2d6. I can't stop it. 8, 1 above average. Wounds him on 3s because it's strength 5.
Okay, whoa.
And then
Perfect.
here's another hope for a rough roll. No,
That's all of them except for 1.
1. All right, well, they do get a 4 board save against this. I can hope to get lucky here as well. Okay, I only lose 3 of them. They do panic because they are not undead. So if I'm losing 3 of them, it's all the regular guys. Well, plus the musician. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then,
Yeah, you
bloop.
go back on. There you go.
So I got my Castellan and my standard bearer who has the ward on him. Then a Panikin. They're okay. Leadership 10 on the Vampire Lord. No, sorry, my bad. Vampiric units are immune to psychology as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they can break from combat.
So I have a die left.
Yeah.
So this guy, he's gonna try to, or it's the level 2? Yeah, it's the level 2 He's gonna try to cast Flensing Ruin, which is a direct damage that casts a single character, but it's base rage 12. So I need to get the boosted version, which is a 13 to cast.
Okay.
So there's a chance if I chain 6s.
Yeah, I see just chaining 6s. Ooh, good start.
No,
Okay.
because we would have needed to, yeah. If that was another 6, that would have went off.
Interesting. Shooting time.
We're gonna test a restrain to see if we can overrun.
Okay.
Which probably it is. It's probably
Just because to save us, so he does restrain, doesn't have to shoot.
Yeah, because I looked it up. There says nothing about if I kill you in shooting, do I get an overrun?
Just a question for the audience, essentially. If he killed me with shooting, would he have still been able to go to the combat phase and overrun?
There's a potential, but I don't want to worry about it.
Don't have to worry about that now,
And I got
yeah.
a D6 plus 1 impact hits, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty guaranteed to kill
We should be able to kill them in the combat. It'd be ridiculous if he didn't. That is it for that shooting. We have Jazales and we have Storm Fiends to resolve.
Well,
Storm Fiends, right up.
I think we're just going to go right into your skeletons, because you're going to charge me.
These skeletons here, try and lighten them up.
Because going for these guys, they're going to get hard cover.
Yeah. And then they already have a 1-up armor save. And this guy's got a re-rollable 1-up armor save because hits would be allocated to him at this point. Yeah. So skeletons make sense.
Yeah, so it's going to be this number of shots that's coming right over here, so you guys can see it a little easier.
2 less shots than last time. We have 32 shots into the skeletons. They're not half within. There should be no negatives for the woods here. It's just direct shots.
So force.
Just forced to hit because they didn't move.
4s.
Look at all the ones. There's not. Oh, they actually gonna hit the. They'll hit the slaves on the ones.
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez. A lot of ones that hit the slaves, because they're in the front arc.
2s?
Should be 2s to kill you. It just kills 9, 8. Oh, 9. Yeah, 9 dead slaves. That's a panic as well.
They're okay.
They should be okay because the general's leadership.
7.
Yeah. General's leadership 7 on his own. So we just lose. There's a bunch of dead slaves, but they don't panic. Okay, and then we have the actual hits on the skeletons, which wound on 2s. And there shouldn't be really a save here either. Oof.
4, 5, 10, 13.
13. They only have. They have a.
Strength 5 armor piercing.
Yeah, they have medium armor now.
So
Plus
that's
1,
5
so
up?
they're dead.
6
Yeah,
or
no save at all.
yeah.
They need a 3 up or a 6 up. So how many 13 die?
So to this guy.
Yeah, we're just gonna take out the command because the fake command because they're not supposed to really be there anyways. So that's 3 plus 5, so that's gonna be 8. All right, that's where they got beat it up by shooting attacks, and we have the Jezzails.
Now I guess the question is.
We're gonna go to the Jezzails. We're gonna pop shots at the Knights. They can all pretty much draw a line of sight to this guy's got to double check one thing. You can all see by just measuring a straight line to this guy, and they don't block line of sight because they're unit strength, but we do have the fence in the way, so it's going to provide -1 to hit, plus the range. No range, it doesn't matter. So there's -1 to hit.
5s.
5s to hit. Isn't there one more of them?
No, he can't see.
Oh, he literally can't see because he has to go through the bats and all that. So we have 1 hit. So one more shot. There's 1 more shot, and it misses. Okay, so we got 1 hit, strength 5 or 6.
Not that.
Strength 6, so it wounds, and we make our save.
Okay.
They have a 2 up. Because it should be -4, so
No, it's minus. It's my armor piercing.
So 4, 5, 6, armor piercing.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we're good. We have to resolve these guys, the gutter runners.
Yeah. So if we fire at that, it's going to be a lot of negatives. He's
Yeah.
-3.
He's the guy. He's soft cover for the woods, moving, and he's also a lone model. So -3 to hit alone there. And they all have range. Not all of them have range on them also.
Starting with this unit, slings now are multiple shots too, only if I don't move.
Yeah.
So I can't move, but I'm going to have not double tap, I guess.
Yeah, so we're going to do 6 shots into the back of the Blood Knights. Now, they move, so -1 to hit. They hit on 4s. We have, quite a bit of hits. We have 5 hits. Now, these are poison attacks, which work against vampiric units because they're not animated constructs like the rest of the undead are. So it's going to be wounding on 4s because the strength 3 to T4. Oh, we have to, allocate the hits, though, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So I got to look up that. That might have changed a little bit. So it hasn't changed really at all. It's like it's 1 hit on every model, and then I can't put a second hit on another model until everyone has 1 hit. So I'm going to go 2 on the Lord and one on each Blood Knight.
Okay.
Also, let's see if they wound. The Blood Knights get wounded on 4s. We have to re-roll any successful wounds because they are vampiric. So no wounds on them. And then the Lord is 5s, re-rolling successful wounds. So he toughs it out because he's a higher toughness. On 4s because there's nothing really in the way. And then it's going to be the same thing. 2 on the Blood Knights, 2 on the Lord. Blood Knights on 4s. Re-roll the 6. Okay, we have 1 wound on them, and then just do the Lord, who is 1 wound. Oh, still okay, 1 wound on both. So the Blood Knights, 2 up save. They're okay, and then the Lord, he's okay.
All right.
That will conclude shooting. We do have a couple of close... Oh, 3 of them, actually. Which one do you want to do first?
We'll do these slaves.
All right, slaves. You get +1 initiative for charging. You're definitely faster than my bats. 6 attacks against my bats, hitting on probably 4s, I guess. What's your web skill on a slave?
2.
Yeah, you hit me on 4s. I'm on skill 3. It's 2 hits, wounding on 4s. As long as you're strength 3. Okay,
I am.
No wounds.
Wow, that's not good.
I got 3 attacks back with the bats, hitting on all of that, and wounding on the same roll. 2 dead. I don't know what kind of save you have on this. Do they not even have light armor?
I guess I could check. I don't.
Not even equipped with light armor. So
I think I can buy it, but why would I?
I guess so. Yeah. So we killed 2 slaves. Let's go ahead and check combat res. All right. What do we got?
So I did 2. No, you did 2 wounds to me.
Oh, I do yours first because you'll probably have a higher combat res.
You did 2 wounds to me. I charged in your flank.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 ranks, and I have a higher unit strength than you. But you cause fear, which is -1 to my combat res.
It's just +1 combat res in general for my side. Yeah. So I lose by 2.
Correct.
And I'm too far away from my BSB, so I crumble 2. So I kill a bat and a wound on that bat. So they somehow oddly hold. I'll try a reform. I fail. So there's some stuff like that. We got this fight over here. What's the initiative? I'm initiative 3.
I'm initiative 4 +1 because I charged.
Bring on the swarms. It's apparently 20 attacks. I assume web skill 1.
Oh yeah, it is.
So we're hitting on 6s actually because of the fence. This is going to be a suspicious fight if I've ever seen one. So they hit on 6s because the -1 from the fence. 2 hits. They normally poisonous attacks, but undead have the animated construct rule, which make them immune to poison.
So no.
No wounds, and I get 9 attacks back. 3s to hit because I think only the chargers, because I'm defending the wall. And then your toughness. Oops, sorry, I moved a guy. Probably 2.
I don't even know.
Okay, well, that's a really good roll. It all depends on 2 on this one roll here. Web skill 3, so that means these all hit. I'm going to go ahead and look at Cullen's rolls because that means he would have hit on 5s instead of 6s.
Yeah,
he might have had a couple more hits.
I thought they were weapon skill 1, strength and toughness 3. They're weapon skill 3, strength and toughness 1.
Okay, I got to double check to see my hits as well because these are the wounds. I might have less wounds. So because I was hitting on 4s, I only actually have 5 hits. I'm just going to reroll the wound rolls.
Okay.
Okay. In the end, it's the exact same thing for me. So I have 5 wounds against you.
Yep.
And then I got to go double check the clips to see how many wounds you would have had first against me. I don't think it was enough to kill a bat, so it should be an easy resolve. And it was 3 more hits from the swarms because they hit on 5s.
And again, 6s to wound here for
Okay,
nothing.
it did not. Okay. So I caused 5 wounds to you,
You cost 5. You cause fear, I assume.
but I also outnumber you.
And you outnumber me.
Yeah. So
But
fear
I
is plus
charged.
2. Yeah. How many wounds do they have? 10?
10 each.
Holy crap, dude.
So that goes down to 9 wounds.
So you'd crumble. So you lost combat by how much there? 5?
6.
6? Okay, so he'll have 9 wounds left on that swarm. Crazy. Wild. Huh. I guess like Cullen just said he's paying 60 points from that. That's as much as my zombies are, so I get that.
And I guess
okay.
like that probably wasn't my best charge, but I could have done something. And like if you weren't undead, it probably would have been a lot better.
Yeah, well, it also blocks them there too, which is nice.
Oh yeah, that's
This fight over here, we have impact hits.
D6 plus
Nice.
1.
I just remove them hard. There
Okay,
you go.
all right, let's go.
2s to kill.
It's only strength 5.
Got him. We get to overrun. Can you make it? 7, 8? Ooh, probably. I don't know. It's tough for you.
8? No, Luka!
I get the charge against you. Beautiful.
That's actually massive.
That's very good
That's
for me.
really bad.
Kind of looks like you needed a 10 because the extra inch would have like quarter inch.
Well,
right?
then it would have been 9.
Oh, does it just count the extra? Like it just nullifies the half an inch?
Then it would have been an extra 2 inches.
Yeah, it would have
7.
needed an extra 2. Yeah.
Not 3.
Yes. So you went 8, would have needed 10. We're good there though. So that's where they end up, and then I think we're done. We are.
Yeah, that was a little. I was hoping to do a bit more there.
I get that. I get that 100%. We're done in rings on this round of my 3rd turn. And we're going to see what I can resolve here, I suppose. You have some charging. They will declare a charge there. I assume you can,
Yeah.
I assume you can only hold. They'll charge. We're going to go with the zombies declaring a charge against those slaves.
Sure.
And then these blood knights are going to declare a charge against those rats there.
Sure.
And then the graveguard. Oh, I guess you could flee and all that stuff though.
You can still redirect.
Yeah, but gross. That's actually fine. I'll declare a charge on them as well. Would you like to hold or no? I'm not going to declare a charge with them. I'm just going to stop there. I think is the best call. If you're holding against them, I mean, because if they could charge there, they could overrun with the charge. Unless you want to flee against them. But then that means the graveguard are probably going to go for the storm fiends. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to declare a charge over there. I just want to walk them in front of the storm fiends to provide hard cover, I guess, and see. Shoot my skeletons, please, is what I'm hoping for here. And then the graveguard are not going to bother charging. I don't think is. The flea makes things difficult. Nah, the graveguard are going to hold. Yeah, I'm gonna roll up the charges. I know these guys can't fail, so we're just gonna.
What do zombies move?
4. I'll double check, but they're gonna end up like that. The stupid spikes are prevented though. And then the Black Knights are gonna hold there. These guys, what do they need?
It's 9 inches away.
Oh, gross. Well, they make it with the 6.
Yeah.
Boom. Charging in like that. These guys can't really flail. They actually throw 3d6 and take the 2. I'll just take the 7. That's fine. What I'm gonna do is it's gonna end up like this. I'm just gonna take them off the tray for now because there's no point really having the tray. So it's only 1 in contact. That's okay. I can make way with the vampire. Oh no. That's how that's gonna end up. And then we are on to the remaining moves here. So we are gonna mark. What's the difference to march block now? Oh, it's the champion can tell them to ignore the march block, right? We're gonna attempt that. He's gonna try to march the skeletons. They may march because general nearby, and they're just gonna go right up to the storm fiends. Boom. I forgot he's got a stupidity to do. He's fine. Because he's in the fungal woods. Necromancer's going to move there, not a full march, because the zombies can't march, so they're moving up forward. The Necromancer's going to stay within 3 of them, but hide in the woods a wee bit. And then the Graveguard are going to
Shuffle?
sidestep to about there.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be okay. And then the Black Knights have to figure out what they want to do. With the Swift Reform, went forward 4, wheeled 3, ending up there. Not a great spot to be in, but it's a spot, I guess. It's something. Rat's blocking there, because the plan was for them to move forward and them to just march through it as well, just to get in some effort on this force. But the Rat Swarms were huge. So we are going to go ahead and go to Magic, I guess, because we're done moving. This will give me 8 dice, plus some channels, 1 more die, so I have 9 dice. A fun little fact, Blood Knights do not have Frenzy anymore, which is nice. Actually, that's a good thing. I hated Frenzy on them, that was bad. That's where they're more like just proper vampires on horses. They're not like consumed by bloodlust. So we have 9 dice, huge. Cullen's got 3 channels of his own. Cullen's gonna have 5 unless you roll some 6s. Oh gosh, he's got 7.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna roll up an Invocate. We're gonna throw 3 dice at it from the Necromancer. We got it. 8, 9, 10, 11. The 6-inch version will hit those 3 units around. That's D6 plus 1 models back.
What level are you?
2, so it's only up 11, right? 8, 9, 10, 11.
Didn't you say you needed to get a 12?
I need a 12 for the 12-inch bubble.
Oh, for the big one.
I realized the 12-inch bubble wouldn't matter, though. I'm not hitting anything within 12. They can't get affected by it. They're not undead. They are vampiric. Time to stop this one?
Yeah, I think you gotta just try to throw 3 dice at it and match you.
Well, you do. You stop. You don't even have to keep rolling the 6s.
No, I will, though. Haha.
Nice. There you go. All right. Then we are going to throw 3 dice at 4 dice at Invocate from my Vampire Lord. Ooh, we got a 6.
Roll a 1.
Ooh,
Ah.
So we got 10, 15, plus 4. So we got the big version, which will hit everything within 12, which will be the zombies, the skeletons, and the Graveguard. And I'll have 2 dice left. We have a conundrum here.
All right, so
thought process.
Yeah, Luka rolled decently well. I got 4 dice. There's still a chance, like one's a 6, one's a 1, so there's like 50-50, I'd say. Like you rolled higher than average.
I did. I rolled a little bit higher than that.
So like I'd have to roll higher than average on my 4 dice to stop it. But if I don't throw my dice,
then they're wasted because I just put these into the artifact, the Black Periept, and then Cullen has no dice. But if he chooses to use dice to stop it, I might throw these dice at a magic missile or something, which is like the mind game of the artifact, right? It gives me the flexibility I enjoy.
I think I'm just gonna go for it.
Just try and stop it.
I didn't.
10, 12, yeah, no, this is almost 20, or it's like this is exactly 20. So it does go off. That's gonna heal the Graveguard pretty much back to full. So the Graveguard
I hate this.
They go back up to full. The skeletons are gonna gain 4 models because it's 2 plus the wizard level. But I'm gonna use the lore attribute to make it 5 skeletons come back.
Okay.
The zombies as well. Actually, I gotta double check that. The zombies are within 12 of the general, so we're gonna get 2d6 plus 2 back. But I can't go higher than 6. I can't have more ranks than files.
So you get 4?
I can only get up to 4. Yeah. If I reformed them 7, I could have had 1 more rank. But I mean, let's not get ridiculous here on zombies, right, guys? So that should be it because they're at full. I can't like add a free model to it. Oh, those zombies! No. All right, 2d6. So that's gonna be 7.
Yo,
plus 2.
why you say no? This is your own army, man.
Sometimes I hate like when the zombies get like this. How many is that gonna be? Is that gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Well, I can do a lot more.
Yeah, you need another rank.
So 7, so 9 zombies back there. Can't get any more than that, so I lose 1 out on there, but that's still a pretty big unit. Okay, I got 2 dice left. Do I try and get a 7 plus on the dice, or store them? Because I want to get the magic missile off. It didn't work out. I'm just gonna store them. Hypothetically, I'm gonna roll it though. Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna store the dice on the Necromancer. And that is it for magic. We're gonna go on to shooting. We're done. We're gonna go on to close combat. We're just gonna start with this one because I want to get it done and over with. You go first. No more -1 to hit. You hit me on 4s because your same web skill as me. You was 5s last time.
Oh right, yeah. 4s. Oh, hello.
Oh, that's a good roll.
And then 6s.
6s, yeah, because they're strength 1. Ooh. Hey,
come on.
We are immune to the poison. We have 9 attacks back, also hitting on 4s. 6, 7. And I hit on 4s. And you're T1, so I went on T1, was it?
Yeah.
2s. I do 4 wounds.
Yeah, I guess.
So you're down to 5 left. There's no charging, so I outnumber you. I did 4 wounds. You crumble, yeah, you crumble 6. So they do go down, and they're just gonna stay there, I guess. We have this horrible fight. Is this thing cause fear or terror or anything? I'm just curious for we'll figure it out later. You got D3 impact hits because the wheel's always a spinning, 2 of them.
Strength 5.
So 2s. Okay, there's 1-1. I think that's probably a fail. Oof! I forgot to buy them armor. I didn't realize that changed. They usually always have light armor, and I'm just used to buying them shields. So I didn't spend the points on their armor,
So they only have a 6-up, which means I probably can't parry against the grind, so we lose the 1 model. And then you have higher initiative than me, because you're probably initiative 4 or 5. Well, looking at the chariot, it only has 1 warlock attack.
I don't even know why this would be good now.
Ooh, how many points is it?
It's like 100 and something. It's a rare choice. So it honestly seems like quite bad now, if I'm going to be perfectly honest right now.
It lost the 2d6 giant rat attack.
Now, they were only strength 2, so it never was great. But now how do I win combat, especially if I don't charge? Because I get, oh, look, I one attack missed?
Interesting. I think it's all about charging and shooting. Maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe that's not great. That's not ideal. It causes... No, it does cause terror, which is nice, so it gives a combat resolution in that regard. But against, obviously, the vampire accounts, the immune psychology, they don't care too much about that. I have 9 attacks back because I can only attack with 4 of them. Go 2! I hit on 4. And then I wound on, what's toughness 5?
Yeah.
I got like 1 wound. Yeah, I only get the 1 wound. 4 save. No damage. All right, so I charged 3 ranks.
And you outnumber me.
Banner. I do outnumber you, but the fear won't kick in here. I win combat by 5 because he causes terror, so he's immune to my fear.
I did 1 wound, so...
Yeah, that was the 1 wound.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems awful. This is really bad.
This seems familiar, though. Like, I've always beaten this thing with skeletons in the past.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
it's not this bad. This is like...
Yeah, you're right. It's not
this has
super
no chance.
As opposed to, it had, like, so you're right, it had somewhat of a chance before.
You know what? Like, it can hold for 8 turns. This can't even hold for a single turn.
Oh, you gotta do leadership. It might pass double ones.
Oh.
Lost by 5.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Lost by 5. He's gonna break. I will pursue, I guess. Double ones doesn't automatically stay?
No.
Oh,
In this case, it does because I'm 7.
okay.
-5 is double 1, so...
I will pursue that far. And then you give, well, what'd you roll on your 3d6? Is it less than that?
I think so. I don't even remember.
So I gotta go to the 11, ooh, something like that. Boop. And then, yeah, I only rolled 10, so I do catch it. There's a whole new resolution to this based on the unit strength. If I have a unit strength of 10 or more, I completely wipe it out, pursue the distance I rolled. If I had less than that, I'd only cause a wound and I'd chase, and there's like a whole different, it just makes it so like little rat swarms, well, I guess not rat swarms, but like little units can't catch a big unit, which is a nice change, I suppose.
Those things couldn't because they're unit strength 9.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. It's like less than 10, so they wouldn't be able to catch a horde, for example. They could do like 1 damage to it based on their unit strength. And that is it for that fight. That obviously worked out really well for me. I'm going to do this fight here now, I guess. We have 1 impact hit, but we have to move first before the impact hit. I only got the 1 guy fighting. But cavalry get impact hit now, equal to the strength of the mount, which is in this case a 4. So we don't hurt anything because they're nightmares. And then the vampire will definitely go first. I have no idea how many attacks a blood dragon has. 5 attacks still, weapon skill 8, hitting on 3s, but we have the upgrade to reroll hit rolls. And wounding on 2s. And we have the upgrade to reroll wound rolls. So we kill 5 rats. And then the
Quick blood.
Red Fury will kick in. It caps out at 5 now, so it's hitting on 3s, rerolling, and wounding on 2s, rerolling. So it kills 9 rats die. So there's like, what, 2 rats left? And then combat resolution, I think they automatically break, I assume, but boom. And then slaves have a weird...
Hey, that was hit and that was a wound.
Oh, I get to fight back, my bad. He's got a 2-up reroll will save. He's okay. And boom, they break. And I guess I'll pursue and overrun, but they have a weird rule about breaking.
So Skaven flee 3d6, like they flee with swift stride.
Okay, so they just take the 2 highest?
Yeah.
So they go 8, and I also have Swift Stride. They're gonna run through their own unit.
Yeah, so slaves, they flee, they're gonna pop through here, they're gonna hit this unit, then they'd be removed from the board, so they do, but before they're gonna do d6, of course it's 5. Strength 3 hits to my own unit.
Forced to hurt them. 2? But they have a save against this, only strength
5s.
3. It kills 1 clan rat. And then I have Swift Stride, so I will pursue 8 inches, which might not hit the unit. I go forward 8.
Yep.
8, so they go, yeah, they count as a charge. They overrun it.
Okay.
Boom. And then that's it for that, and we have this fight to resolve over here. Rats go first, for sure. Zombies are super slow.
6 into your zombies.
You hit them on 3s. What, your weapon skill 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit them on 3s. And wound them on 4s. You kill 2 zombies. Kill you, and you. We'll just fix it afterwards.
And then we got 4 attacks into the bat.
Yeah, he's weapon skill 3, so we hit them on 4s. And that is a dead bat. Because I assume the slave is still faster than the bat. So pull that bat out, it's 1 wound. And then I have 4 zombies attacking back for a total of 8 attacks, which hit on, unfortunately, your weapon skill 2, so I guess I hit on 5s. Yeah, so slaves, 5s to hit with my zombies. We got 2 of them, winning on 4s. So I killed 2 slaves. All right. So combat res is I charged, I killed 2, and I have 3 ranks. But you killed 3, and you have 2 ranks. But I do outnumber you. I cause fear, and that's an additional 1 because I outnumber you. So I win by 4 because that's how the new fear works. I do outnumber you, right? I do outnumber you, yeah. So they get to use the general's leadership. Do they still get the strength and strength in numbers? Yeah.
So 7, 8, 9.
9. That's good. They hold. Very nice. He's looking for a 5, and he rolled a 4. So you are passing. And then I'm not going to bother reforming. I'm just going to stay as is. And that's
it. You won everything.
I won all the fights. I am the best fighter. We're going to go on to Skaven turn 3, where they're going to have to really put in some work.
No charges.
All right, so that's going to go right on to remaining moves then.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, goodness. Look at that. Boom, marching there with the Storm Fiends. You're able to fire into unengaged arcs of enemy units if you're within 4 inches and that unit has a unit strength of 5 or more. In this case, their unit strength 6. So this is fully legal. For that, what's next?
General's unit swift reform. Oh, wait, I don't have
You
the
don't need
test.
to roll it, yeah. Are they going to challenge the Skeletons? Yes, they are. All right, getting nice and close there. If reforming, moving backwards. The rat swarms. Right behind the zombies. They're going to opt to stay here so they could double tap their slings into the back of the Black Knights. And Magic, 2d6. Okay, 11, jeez. I got 6. I get an 8 because of the black parry.
There's 2 additional, and then
So we got 13.
I lost a die.
Okay. Okay, you're back to 12 then. That's the one relic that if he rolls a 1, he actually loses a die instead of gains 1. I'm going to have 4 channels on 6s. Ooh, I'm at 10 dice. I'm going to start with the scroll.
Yeah, I'm going to use my scroll with a free die to try to cast it onto your Graveguard.
Direct damage on the Graveyard. Ooh. Well, by all means, keep going. I will not stop that. That is all yours. So it's going to be 25 hits on the Graveyard at strength 3. These are 5s to hurt. The 6 winning hits, they have their new heavy armor plus a shield. I wonder if shield works against this. I'm going to say no, probably. I got to go look at shield, so 3 probably fail. I do not get the shield saves because it's only +1 against missiles from the front. So this is obviously not a missile, it's a direct damage. Which makes sense. I'm happy to see that because I always thought it was weird you got like bonus saves because the shield's against like a fireball or something. So we are losing 3 Graveyard. Blah. Do Flensing Ruin.
I'm going to 4 dice it. I need to upcast it, so I need to get a 13.
Okay.
Because if I don't, I just can't target it. Well, I guess I could target a single model.
I have,
Which nothing is within 12 that's not in combat.
It's the direct damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to go for your White King is what we're trying to go. And we got it.
That's 14 or 13. You want 13 for the big cast?
Yeah.
This is a direct damage. It's kind of like a
D3 strength 6 lightning attacks against your...
lightning. Well, we all know that lightning ignores freaking armor saves, so I gotta stop that. And ooh, 5 dice this. Well, I could keep rolling 6s, but I think I already stop it. Look at that. Boom. Leave my White King alone.
Level 1 will cast Warp Lightning.
3 dice in it. Boom. And you got a 6. And it's gonna keep going. 3. All right, nice. 5, 10, 16. That's the big version. I assume hitting them.
Yep.
Gosh. I'm just going to... There we go. Oh, wow. That's a great roll. I'm not going to bother with that.
All right, I'm going to do it again for my level 2.
Yeah. Ooh, miscast. And it doesn't go... Oh, wow. Okay. What's the value of it? 5?
All right, so the miscast is only 1 die now, but I get to add... It's 1 die plus the amount of dice thrown at the spell, so it's 3 plus...
So you roll an 8.
8, so now I lose the spell Warp Lightning.
I think that is Amnesia.
Yeah, I lose Warp Lightning. That was, wow. Unreal. It's not like it's really good against Luka's army or anything.
The cavalry specifically. Lucky ducky they are. The Warp Lightning is normally cast on a 6 now, if anyone's curious. And that was Amnesia, so he does forget Warp Lightning on the level 2.
Which means I also didn't successfully cast the spell, which means your guy doesn't get -1 leadership.
For the Lore of Ruin.
Uh-huh.
That's the lore attribute I have now. Okay. Okay, well, let's go to shooting. We have
Where all of these Storm Fiends are going to try to kill your guy because this is my only chance, Luka.
We get to show a new mechanic that tries to help shooting out a little bit in this new edition, where you're able to fire into an unengaged arc as long as you're within 4 inches, and the unit you're targeting has a total unit strength of 5 or more. In this case, there's 6.
Ones are going to hit my unit, but that happens anyway.
That's true. Yeah, that happens anyways. Do you have like any? Yeah, all right, bring it on. That's 3d6 shots. Oh, sorry,
Each.
9d6.
9d6.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh gosh.
I hope you get murdered.
I hope I don't. 35 shots. Now there's a new bonus. If you're within 4 inches, you actually get +1 to hit. So they moved, so it just counteracts each other. They're hitting on 4s with 35 shots gross.
Piercing and
These
all
are
that.
magical in nature, so I don't get my fancy vampiric rule against them. So these are hitting me on 4s. There's a bunch of, there's 4 1s in there.
So this is on Clan Rats.
It
2.
does kill them on 2, right? There, well, it should be strength 5 killing, so it's 3 die. There's a 2 in there.
Oh, yeah.
So 3 clan rats, unfortunately, get hit by bullets.
They're
21 hits is perfectly 7, on, so it's 14 on the unit of Blood Knights. Unfortunately, 7 onto the Vampire Lord. This is the unit, they're T4, so these wound on 3s. Bam, bam, bam. A few 1s in there. 8 wounds on the Blood Knights. They have full plate armor, which is a 3-up save, and then they're barded, so 2-up save. The shield won't help here because it's on the side. So we have, 5-up saves here. I stopped 2. Glorious. The banner has a 4 port. They're all dead. Oh, they're horribly dead. And then we have, so my Blood Knights are dead. Let's see if all that matters is the Vampire Lord. Let's see if he lives. T5, so these wound on 4s. Now, normally these would be re-rolled, but these are magical, so I do not get my fancy vampiric toughness against them. Now, the Vampire Lord, same ideal. He's got a 5-up save, but he's got an upgrade, which makes it re-rollable, so he fails all of them. And he makes all 3 of them.
No, Luka, why?
He would have also.
I'm so upset.
He would have also had a 4 port
I'm
afterwards.
so upset.
He would have had a 4 port. He only would have taken, even if I failed those, he would have only
I don't
taken.
care. It doesn't matter.
He's a god. Fortunately, I do lose my unit up.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate, isn't it, Luka?
It's so unfortunate.
No, it's not.
Zale still have 4 shots.
Oh.
They can draw line of sight to the larger unit, but they do have hard cover because of the units intervening. That you don't stack hard cover and soft cover. So
Yeah,
this
the
is
bats are
-2.
going to charge me anyway, so I might as well shoot the bats.
Bats. All right, makes sense to shoot the bats. They have soft cover, so 5s to hit them. Oh, 2 hits on the bats,
I
and
can
that
assume that's on at
that
least
kills
2s.
It kills. Yeah, we kill 1 wound on a bat. Bat is wounded. Bat is best. That is bis. We're gonna move.
All of the gutter runners.
Oh heck yeah! They're firing into the back of them, I assume.
Yep.
So they're gonna double tap. Do they? Is multiple shots still -1 to hit or no?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. Wow. It's still double the shots. Still pretty good. The range doesn't matter. They didn't move, so just -1 for double tapping.
4s.
4s to hit. Nice. And these are
5s?
strength 3.
3.
So 5s to wound. Yep. The poison will not affect the undead. They are animated constructs. 2 wounding hits. These are armor piercing. I am heavy armor and a bard, so I'm 3 up to a 4 because the shields won't work from the rear. So 4 ups. Oh, he killed 2. Again.
More poop.
And then these are 5s to hurt. 1, 2 wounds. Same idea. Okay, 1 more dice. We got 2 combats. Which one are we resolving?
Slave.
You get to go first. Absolutely.
8 attacks into you.
Yeah. Hitting on 3s. I'm on skill 1. And then these wound on 4s. You kill. Oh, wow. You kill 4 Skell Zambies. So we'll pull
Skells and boost.
Skell Zambies. I got 8 attacks back at you. I hit you on 4s. And 4s. We have 4 hits. And we wound on 4s. We kill 2 in return. Blink and plink. So combat res, you killed 4. You've got a rank. Boom. That's about it. I killed 2. I got 3 ranks.
And you outnumber me.
I outnumber you. I cause fear, and I outnumber you and cause fear. So I win combat by 3.
So Josh is in the room now. I would just like to know. Hi, isn't that ridiculous?
It's better than it was before, but it's not as overpowered as it was in 7th. I think the designer here may have found it has always an effect. It might not matter. It might matter, but
So I'm -3.
yes, I win combat by 3.
So I'm 8.
So down
So
to
I'm
5.
Yeah.
You hold. No, you
No,
break.
I don't.
The BSB. It's a.
Nope.
Okay, so you run, and I will pursue.
Yup, I'm Skaven slave. No, this is Skaven slaves.
Yep. So they roll 3d6, and you go 8, and I'm gonna pursue 9.
So I'm gonna go through this unit,
Yes.
and then I'm gonna deal 2d6, strength 3 hits to my own unit.
The designer punishes you for bringing the slaves 2 wounds, and you have saves against it. It does
5s.
1 damage. Boom. And then I will pursue 9. So they have to close the door to me as I charge in and count as a new combat. That fight won't be resolved until next turn, though. But we do have the Vampire Lord who charged in. He gets 1 entire impact hit at strength 4. We do 1 strength 4, which is
6 up.
And we kill 1
6
guy.
up. Oh, can I parry an impact? Probably.
I didn't even. Maybe not. Maybe you can. I have 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling. Oh, wait, I missed that, and I wound on 2s, re-rolling. Oh, only 3. So I believe you could definitely parry
Just
this.
parries?
Oh, only 1. So Red Fury, hit, re-roll, hit, wounds, 1 more parry.
Nope.
No. All right, you get to swing back with 6. 6 attacks back.
Hit you on 4s?
5s because I'm up skill 7. We have a few hits, and then these are wounding on 6s, re-rolling any successes because I'm a vampire.
Oh my goodness, Luka.
Oh, you got a wound. The likelihood of them doing a wound to him is astronomically low because the 6s re-roll into a 2-up rerollable armor save as well. Guy's ludicrous.
Wow, Luka, why don't you just hit me one more time? Why don't you?
So he charged in. He did 3 whole wounds because he's a.
I think you did enough.
I'm probably not. So I charged in, did 3 damage, and
I have 2 ranks.
yeah, you got
a banner.
2 ranks and a banner, and, you outnumber me.
And I have a musician.
Ooh, so I would lose combat, but I will. Ooh, I think I run. The musician matters for ties, right?
Let me just double check.
Oh, I forgot to attack with my nightmare. I apologize. Hit. Not wound.
No.
Okay. I actually forgot fear. So
So Luka made me look up a bunch of rules and it didn't matter because he's going to beat me anyway.
So I'll just do that again. I charged, killed 3. Just make sure I do it right here. And that's it. You got 2 ranks banner.
Outnumber.
And outnumber, but I do cause fear, so I win combat by 1. But you're stubborn, so you hold. You're steadfast, I should say, so you're able to just use your leadership there pretty good. Okay, wow, that was a lifesaver because I rolled bad on his leadership. That there is the end of Cullen's turn, actually. Now it is my turn as we go on to this, where I have quite a few charges to declare. We're going to go ahead and declare a charge against the Storm Fiends. Got to hold, yeah.
Can't stand and shoot, right?
So they're going to hold, they're going to charge there. We are going to have...
I can't because you're on my flank?
One of them might be able to fire. So yeah, no standing and shooting because it still has the same rule where you can't stand and shoot if it's within the minimum range of their move. So they move 4, can't stand and shoot there, even though one of them has the arc. I'm not going to charge the Black Knights in there because they will get mowed down by that, so we're just going to move them. Yeah, I can't charge them because of the zombies are poking out too far and I wouldn't be able to fit in that area. So they're charging there, going to hold. The bats will declare charge against the Jezzails, who could stand and shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, these are
Let me just check they're not slow to fire.
Oh, we found out something cool about quick to fire. You actually get to fire quick to fire weapons before you charge in. That's neat. So like brace of pistols and the Storm Fiends, I believe, are quick to fire on their rattling guns. So it's -1 hit for skirmishers, -1 hit for stand and shoot. So 6s. Bam. Ah, gross. 2s. I wonder if the soft cover would have mattered there too.
I don't know, actually.
The defense does provide soft cover, so does it?
No.
It doesn't even wound, eh? Interesting. So the 6 would become a hit. They have Swift Stride, so they charge far. And the only other that's it. That's all I got. It's got them and them charging. The rest of it is going to reposition. These guys are going to charge. Ooh, it's in the flank. So we're going to go bloom, and then we should be able to close. Boom, boom, they close up. You guys go over there. The bats move 10 plus this charge. Go 21 inches. 21 inches. Hey, that is in. We're going to go beat up some Jezzails. We're going to take that wound with us too. With those great charges, we're going to go on to remaining moves. We're going to swift reform the skeletons. Don't have to worry about leadership anymore, so we're just going to move towards the battlefield. Reform. Boop. 4. March. 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 We are going to move them. They do not get to march, so they just move 7. Let's just go. I'm gonna wheel a little bit and just go 6. If you can mark 6 over me, they ignore the difficult terrain of the fence, but I don't want to move the fence. Where does 6 take them? Hallelujah! There they are. We are going to reform the zombies to face out this way, and they're gonna move. No, they're probably not. They're just gonna reform. Reforming there. The skeletons are gonna move forward. They could march. We're just gonna go like that. I don't want to fight that unit. It'll beat them up, so we're just gonna stand there. Necromancer's just gonna stay where he is. Magic. We got no dice from the black parry, so we're just gonna roll 10 again, and we're gonna channel 2 more dice. We got 12. Goodness. I don't think I failed a single roll this game. Cullen gets 7. Okay, well, we don't have a whole lot we want to do here. We're going to throw 5 dice. Well, he can only throw 4 dice. We're going to throw 4 dice at him from Invocate. We got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's the 12-inch bubble of Invocate, which means if it hits them, it'll bring back 2 because the lore attribute. We're going to throw 3 dice and hopefully beat
That's all I can do because I got to try to stop. Nope. All right, Luka.
The zombies cannot gain any more because of the rank and file rule. We're going to get a few more skeletons back. Okay, back up to as much as I could possibly get. That's going to be 8 more. Okay, now interesting question for anyone watching. Invocate says you gain d6 plus the wizard level of wounds back for infantry. Anything else only ever gets 1 plus a wizard level, which would be 3 wounds back. And it says monsters, chariots, things with the ethereal special rule, and a couple other things only ever get 1 max. But it doesn't say anything about cavalry. Now they do, the steeds get ethereal when they move, but they don't have ethereal built in. I'm just going to give myself 1 back because I don't need more than that. But the lore attribute's going to hit them and get a second one back as well. And then I'm going to get my graveyard back up to full as well. So d6 plus, yeah, so I get up my 3 graveyard back as well. So if anyone, if I actually get 3 Black Knights back because it's wizard level plus 1, and then I could do the lore attribute to get the 4th one back, let me know because that seems ridiculous. I'm just going to take 1, and then the lore attribute will bring a second one back, bloop, just to be on the safe side, and I'll return some of the graveyard. And then, like I said, the skeletons, that's as much skeletons as I can get because they'll get within an inch, and then some of them can't do any more zombies. All right, so we have more spells to go. The Necromancer is going to go ahead and cast Hellish Vigor on the Graveguard. This will give them always strikes first and reroll all hit rolls. We'll also throw 4 dice at this. 7, 10, 11, 12.
Take it.
Okay, they don't get the big version. And Cullen still has 4 dice left, so I'm just going to throw 2 dice at Invocate on the Vampire. It's not going to do anything, though. It can't heal the skeletons. It can't bring the zombies over. They're too far away. I needed the 12+ version to really affect them. So it has no effect. The lore attribute actually, I guess you'd want to stop that because the lore attribute might go off and I can get a Black Knight back.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
Throw the 4 dice
I don't want to.
All right, I get a Black Knight back.
Yeah,
then.
take them.
I get my Black Knight back then, and I'm going to store 2 dice in the the artifact over there.
Do it.
Bam, bam. No effect. It's only 6 inches, so I could not have done the lore attribute there from him previously. It was fine the previous turns because I kept hitting things within 6, but it's not 12 like it used to be. So I only get the 1 guy back.
Unless the other thing works the way you think it does.
Interesting. I'll take the 1 on the safe side because it would have been 3 as per the. I think it would have been 3. That seems ridiculous. I'm just gonna take the 1 guy to keep it safe. I'll just throw the 2 dice on the Black Parry. Okay, so we are gonna go on to shooting. I have none. We're gonna go on to fighting. We'll start with the vamp. Let's do the Vampire Lord first, I guess. Sure. Yeah. Well, he definitely goes first. He doesn't get the bonus initiative anymore, but he does hit on 3s with a reroll. Okay, and then he's still strength 5, so 2s with the reroll. He kills maybe 4. They have parry though, because he is strength 5. So it goes through their armor. They fail the parries. That means Red Fury kicks in, and he's going to wound the reroll 4 more with parries. All right, he kills 4 more. Boy, did they not do super well, but they are steadfast, unfortunately, against me. What?
I hit you on 4s.
Yes, that's right.
Or 5s?
Yeah, he hit me on 5s. And then he wounded me on 6s. Nope. And then I win combat by much. So I kill 6 guys, so I win a 6. And I have fear. Boom. You outnumber me, because I'm unit strength 2. And then steadfast is quite a bit different here. You can't, if you want to use the general's leadership, you can't use steadfast. So they have to use their own leadership at steadfast, which is, I think, 5.
5.
Yeah, so their leadership 5. They are going to break. Oh, heck, that would have broke with the... Yep, they're still going to break.
Even with the BSB.
I am going to try to restrain. I do. And
I go that far.
And they go 6 away. You're going to run into the rock and pass right through it. And
go off the table.
And off the table they go as they pop through, and then I will reform.
My Storm Vermin are going to panic.
Face that way, and they hold. Well, we'll go to the Jezzails, who surely get to go first before the Fellbats. Forced to hit me.
Gee.
And they're...
Yeah, wow. All right, Luka.
Okay.
Just
time to murder them. We hit them on 4s. And we probably wound them on the 1/6. We got 1 wound on them, whatever their save is. So they have 2 wounds each. Boop. No saving. They only have saving and shooting with the Pavis there, so I charge. I did 1 wound. I
Outnumber me.
I outnumber you. I cause fear, and I fear and outnumber you.
Bro!
I know! I win by 5!
I can't, I lose. Like, I can't double ones. I lose. That's combat.
Well, the general is too far.
He's
maybe?
too far. They're leadership 5.
Okay, well then I will chase.
Okay.
Double ones don't automatically stay. They run
9.
9, and I will chase. Oh, only 8, so they actually run away 9. Boop, and I will go forward 8. All right, well, close. Almost got him. And we have this fight here. You get to go first. Chieftain,
3s.
got a hit. Oh, 1 miss, sorry. Strength 4.
2s?
Oh, strength
no,
5.
3s.
He kills 1 zombie. And then the rest of the attacks, the clan rats plus the slaves hitting on 3s because I want skill 1.
The warlocks.
Oh, sorry, warlocks plus the clan rats. You get 1 more hit in there. And these are strength 3, so kills on 4s and kill 1 more zombie. Okay, well, I have to put 2 of the zombies into the chieftain. They must hit him. They miss him. And then the remaining 5 or 10 can like filter their attacks on the clan rats, so I'll just do that. I don't like it's too difficult to figure who's attacking the engineers and who's not, so I won't worry about it. These hit on 5s. We have 5 hits. And then these wound on 4s. I do 3 wounding hits with zombies. So they have a 5-up save, and they can parry. I kill 3 of them.
Oh my god.
That's real bad. That's real bad. That should not have happened. So I charged. I got 3 ranks. I killed 3 Skaven.
I have 2 banners.
Oh, you got 2 banners. You got 3 ranks. You killed 2 zombies.
But you outnumber me with fear.
I outnumber you. I cause fear, and I outnumber you with fear. So I win combat by 3. Again, it's the general is nearby though, so he can use his leadership. So your leadership 7 plus the 3 ranks, so 10. So 7 you hold. Nice. All right, they are holding. I lose my zombies. Then we go over to this fight. You get to go first with that 1 storm.
No, you're always strikes first.
Oh, you're right. I got this. I forgot all about that. Felt like it was 18 years ago. It was 18 years ago. I have 4 ranks fighting. I only have 8 guys fighting. It'll be 9 attacks though, because we got the Seneschal in there. There's 9 attacks. Hitting on your up skill is probably 4. So I hit you on 4s. I do have the reroll for Hellish Vigor. It helped for 1 of them. We are strength 4, wounding on 4s. We have 4 wounding hits at -2. Okay, it just kills 1 off. The killing blow won't matter against their unit size there. And there you go first. You go next. You have your attacks back. You hit on 4s, and your strength, I assume, 5.
Yeah.
3. So okay, 3 -3. They have heavy armor, so it's -2, and they have a 3-up save, so 5 ups. So they have 3 5-up saves because the shield doesn't matter. Do we parry? No. So 3 of them die. Blech. But this was rough. We charged in the flank. We cause fear. We outnumber you.
So do I, though.
Oh, okay, never mind. No fear. So I charged in the flank. I have a banner. And
I think. One sec.
I outnumber you? Okay. Oh, they're monstrous, so they probably cause fear. It'll be in the core rules. Then on top of that, I have 3 ranks, and I caused 4 wounds. Now in return, you did 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lose. Like I can't even do that. I run. Are you pursuing?
I will pursue with that 100%. Yeah. So they go
7.
7, and I go 7 as well. So I catch them.
Okay, I'm gonna concede there. This is ridiculous, dude.
I think it's getting
I'm
a little.
done.
Yeah, it's a little
I'm
rough at this
done.
point. That even might be an overrun into the flank. I don't even know. That would be very bad because well, I guess we wouldn't do that fight now, but then you'd be stuck fighting them. Yeah, it's pretty grim for the Skaven. You got the Vampire Lord ready to flank them. They have no choice but to reform and then take a flank on either side. The Black Knights are here ready to rear charge and get a shot at some more, but I think they're durable enough to persevere. And I think we've seen enough. I think we've seen enough of the rolling on the vampire counts and like how impactful fear was. My goodness.
All right, these guys are about to get into a post-game show, but I want to remind you there is another game uploaded right now in the MiniWarGaming Vault. 2,000 points in my brand new Beastmen to take on Luka and the vampire counts. You can follow the link in the description below for that bat rep.
Probably not a lot of words here for this post game.
Bro, I got nothing. Like, I obviously sure, this was supposed to be me trying out if a level 4 is even doable. But I didn't
Without
even,
a level 4, yeah.
I don't even know if that even happened because everything was so different. Like, this just felt brutal.
Well, what this felt like is,
You ignored all my poison. You like ignored so much. You beat me every time in combat. There was the one time your fell bats lost to my rat swarms, and you beat me every single time. Right?
I don't even think I lost a single combat.
Did you lose to my rat swarms once?
No, because they charged in, and then they were only hitting on like 5s and winning on 6s because the poison didn't.
I thought I crumbled one of them here.
I won that combat right away.
So
yeah, they ran
I
away.
lost every single combat. That was out of hand. That is, I don't know. Like, yeah, that was a slightly skew into shooting build.
Which vampire counts historically have always been very resilient against. It's like the one thing that won't work against them.
But
yeah,
like, I brought Storm Fiends. Those things are supposed to be.
Well, they were way too busted before though.
I know, and like as much as I get that,
yeah,
they're supposed to be scary, and I felt like they did nothing. My whole army felt like it did nothing. I just felt like I got absolutely slapped around the fear and outnumbering and being able to beat me every time in combat. So you essentially get +3 to your combat res every single time.
Well, the big units of zombies were very impactful.
I don't know how you beat them. I literally do not know how you beat them, dude.
You'll definitely need an above-average unit to beat them in combat. I mean, it also helps to
But
roll
like
better.
how?
But
like if you need an above-average unit to fight zombies in combat that are like 2 points a model.
So I mean, I guess not above average, but those clan rats should have beat the zombies in that last round of combat. You just rolled super poorly. Not like.
But you're still gonna outnumber me and scare me, so I'm already gonna be -3.
It's true. It's true. I guess yeah. You don't want to like. That's rough. It's like so it feels a little weird with the Skaven because I feel like your ranks cannot exceed your file was directly affecting them. That was like the bullseye on the Skaven's army book, because he would typically always outnumber the enemy.
Yeah, no, and now unless I'm going to be bringing like 7 like
7 by 7, right?
Well,
49 Skaven.
and maybe, but like that, it's like yeah, right? Like I don't know, bro.
That seems like an odd unit size. I'm not too sure. I ran the 36 zombies. They seemed pretty effective. I was pleased with that. I don't know if I would do 49, but it did seem a little much because you just bring like little bricks of 20 and then
And like your vampire's unkillable, man.
that was a wild build. It was very interesting to see
Like
that.
that is straight up unkillable. I don't know how you do. Like honestly, okay. So if my warlord fought you, how would this have gone?
What kind of warrior does he have?
Well, okay, let's go. We're gonna do it. We're both initiative 7, so let's say neither of us charged. Okay?
I guess we swing at the same time then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my guy starts with.
Oh, we're fighting at the same time, but Cullen will swing first.
So then this is my guy on top of the mount. So he's gonna have 4 attacks.
4 attacks on 4s.
On 4s, because he's a slightly worse weapon skill.
By 1, yeah.
And then
He's strength.
we're +1, so strength 5.
Strength 5, so wounding on 4s. Does he have a magical weapon?
He does.
Okay, so we get to re-roll. Oh, no, sorry, you do not have to re-roll the 4. Okay, so that's 1 wound on him so far at what, strength 5?
Yes.
So that's -2, so I have a 3-up re-rollable save. Because, because that's his 1 vampiric upgrade for the Blood Dragons.
So you're gonna hit me back, and I essentially have a talisman that lets you re-roll successful hits.
Okay, so I have to re-roll. So I hit you on 3s. Okay, well, this is interesting because
Okay.
I re-roll all hit rolls. So I actually get to re-roll all of those.
Yes.
And then I can't re-roll a re-roll. So I have 2.
Yeah, because I assume that that's exactly how that would work.
Say I rolled this initially, I would have picked up the whole thing and re-rolled
Exactly,
it. Yes. So I would have been like, boom, that's my new roll. So it would have been something. So I only have 2 hits on you. I'm strength 5 because I'm not charging. And I assume
T5.
T5, so force to wound, re-rolling. So -2 to your save.
So I have heavy armor shield and a 4-up ward. So heavy armor shield would be normally 3 up.
3 up. Yeah, you have a 3 up. So you have a 5 up.
2 of them?
2 of them.
5s?
Oh, then you're fine, yeah. And then I have my, I don't know what the initiative of the ogre is.
He is 3.
Okay, so I go the same time with my mount. My mount strength, no, I don't wound with my mount.
And I have 4 attacks with my mount. Weapon skill 4, so 4s.
Ooh.
And strength 5.
All right, so force.
But I gotta re-roll.
Yeah, so you have these attacks aren't magical. So you got 1 wound. I pass my save as well.
Yeah.
So we just don't do anything to each other.
So like to me, that is a really good Skaven warlord.
That's like how many points is he though?
That's 253
Yeah.
points.
He's not even close compared to how much my guy costs.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
like
But if anyone's curious, he costs
like
fear.
I just feel like Yeah, like I cause fear. Like
So you don't care about the fear causing stuff. Yeah.
but Skaven Warlords actually like throw down as some of the most decent characters
Yeah,
in
but
Warhammer.
it's well known that the vampire is the best.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is. But like he has an extra bit. Plus your armor is just completely like I don't know, dude. That's just
Like that guy on his own could run around and be a one-man army. But like he's like obviously if you look at like Warp Lightning against him, no armor save, all of a sudden I invested in no ward save. So if you have any artifact that's like no armor saves or it's like for whatever reason very piercing, then he would just go down.
yeah. But I mean, you're just not. You're smart enough to not put him by himself.
Right, there's that, and I would never. It's all about picking the right targets, right?
Unless you got like the unit he was in gets wiped out. But yeah, like.
In this case, it
Man,
happened,
the
yeah.
fact that you just nullified my friggin' like my poison attacks on my like redirectors and my gutter runners.
Now, looking at the rolls, it didn't matter too much. It mattered more when they volleyed into them because I think they would have had a few more wounds, about 3 more wounds, which would have then killed more Black Knights. But on the flip side, does that Invocate really at level 2? If I had a level 4 wizard and I hit them with Invocate, do I get 5 Black Knights back? That seems ridiculous. I would like the answer to that question down below. But heck, even a level 2 bringing back 3 for a basic Invocate, and then he could follow up with a bigger Invocate as well. That seems a little ludicrous. Now, I am sure that we had made some mistakes here and there. It is a new addition for me completely, and there are a few subtle changes. Heck, what did I say? I said something about I think I mentioned like with the 5 attacks I had where I would have had to re-roll them. Well, that would have been bad for me. Jeez, re-roll into that instead. But like I said, you can't re-roll a re-roll. I just assumed that. I didn't look at the addition.
I know, right?
Yeah, so that
Wait,
that
but
could be
that's like a
wrong.
fairly assumed because I mean it's either
Yeah.
that or
Yeah.
my reroll cancels out your reroll and there's no reroll. You know what I mean?
That's the. I think technically you would just like I would for whatever reason with his rule versus my rule, I would literally just the first roll would never matter. I would just automatically pick it up and re-roll it. So you could easily just say I'm just gonna roll my roll,
Exactly.
and whatever I roll is the result, right?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter either way. It's the exact same odds because like that doesn't matter. That roll, like, I'm just rolling for fun at that point, right?
100%.
Yeah, so you could easily just say, yeah, it just cancels it out just to make it quicker, but it's kind of fun just to pick it up and like, oh, what would I have rolled? Oh, yikes. You
Right,
know.
yeah. To see how it would affect it, I guess
Exactly.
there's that,
Yeah,
right?
there's all that stuff there. I do agree. I think the zombies are a little ridiculous. I think like they're still a really good tar pit unit, but if you get just a little lucky, that extra 3 combat res can be enough to push you over in so many weird regards. Fear is like. Now, I think that it's tough to say because fear is a hell of a lot better than what it was before, but it had no effect before. It was a pointless roll before. BSBs used to re-roll it, but what it was in 7th edition was you wouldn't even roll to see if I outnumber you, you automatically break and I chase. Or heck, I charge you, I outnumber you, you fail a leadership check, you automatically flee as a result. That stuff was way too busted. Now it's a lot more tame. It actually has an effect, but it still feels very impactful. It feels like a little too impactful. And I won't lie, I'm not paying any more points for that. In fact, most of my units are cheaper than they were before. Skeletons are cheaper, zombies are cheaper, dire wolves are cheaper. I'm not too sure about the special and rare stuff. They seem a little bit cheaper in the end. Were vampire counts good in 8th edition? Yeah, I'd give them like B or A tier compared to like what they could be up against in the high elves and the dark elves and the dwarves, which I would all put at like, or heck, even the ogres with the Hellheart. Pretty like high elves and dark elves S tier for sure, and like ogres what they could do and the dwarves what they could do. I'd put them pretty close to. It depends on the scoring of the game, I guess, but I put them pretty close to S tier as well. The vampire counts were just great. The characters are great, but they couldn't do anything too ridiculous unless you're playing Endless Legions. Or
All right, Luca.
what do we got?
So you only get +2 to your fear combat res if you're double or more than me. If your unit strength is double.
Oh, is
Mine.
it double? Oh, okay. I thought it was this more. Okay, well then I would have only gotten the +2. And still, in a lot of cases, it pushed. I don't think it would have mattered.
I know. I don't know how much it would have made a difference, but like.
The +2 doesn't matter too much, just because it's the +1 that's the most impactful one. Like my Vampire Lord had the +1 fear, kept him in the combat there. There might have been one time where you rolled exactly your leadership and it would have been 1 less. So I guess we got that. That's a good catch for future games. But just a +1 across you automatically get +1 to all combat reses, which is really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, unless you were fighting a fear causing.
Definitely coming from a Skaven side, like I don't know, like that's how I won combats against vampire counts. I don't know how to do, like.
I
I just don't know how to fight you without the Dreaded 13th, because like I need my nuke spell to ever kill your units, because
Right.
that's how I'm gonna have to get rid of them. Because I'm never, like I would have to do so much shooting to
Yeah.
be able to guarantee deleting a unit every turn. So it's almost like soften up a unit, delete it, but then the magic phase works in the opposite way, so that it's almost like magic it and then like
Kill it with shooting, and you'll get the rats from it, right?
Right,
Yeah.
but then again, if that doesn't work, you just res them all back, and I'm back to, I don't know, dude. Your army seems ridiculously strong. Now, this is obviously only coming from the point
First
of view
game
of Skaven,
too,
too, but, man, I don't know.
It seemed great. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that we did the fear thing wrong there. It felt too strong. But like, heck, typically vampire counts are going to outnumber, and then they're also going to cause fear. So at least +2 in a lot of cases across the board. Just because zombies are like, I think they're like 2 or 3 points a model. They're pretty cheap. And with the buff to fear, I think it's like a little too cheap. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, again, like your zombies are 2 points. My Skaven.
I think they're 3. I think mine are 3. I think it's 20 to 60 points. So
It's just like my Skaven sleeve has significantly worse leadership. I'd have to take the leadership tests. I break and do damage to my own units. I don't know, like, I don't get free zombie. I don't get free slaves.
Yeah, it's like relying on the enemy not stopping the spell, but I think like something to notice. I don't think I had nothing but amazing magic phases. I rolled super well on all my spells. I don't think I had one spell where I'm like, oh, I failed to cast. You miscast a spell, you failed to cast spells, you failed to dispel spells. There's a lot of things that didn't work out for me. I'm sorry, there's a lot of things that pretty much everything worked. I made my charges, I got all my spells off.
Yeah, I know, it was brutal.
I got all my hits and my wounds.
Probably one of the most oppressive games.
Yeah, it was like, as much as the vampire counts got better, it was like, it really, really worked, right? So they were able to show off a lot of those mechanics. I didn't bring that many magic items either. I invested a little too heavily in special and rare. The 500 points of core and the very expensive vampire lord kind of made that a little difficult. I think he was like almost 500 points. Yeah, he's 430 points with that build. He can only really join blood knights as well. On foot, he could run around independently, I guess. But it's tough, man. It's weird. It's weird. It's very weird. So I don't know. I'll have to figure it out and figure out different builds with the vampire counts because they are so vastly different than they used to be. But apologize for the fear. Incorrect rule there, folks.
I'm sure that wasn't the only one, so anything else?
100%, yeah. There's no way that's the only mistake we made. I'm sure we forgot a thing here and there, too. So
I'm trying to think if there's anything that stands out to me that I know we did in the moment.
Oh gosh, I guarantee there's something like, oh, I'm just gonna the pursuit. Like, you have to read through the rules a little more, like fine-tooth comb, to make sure like things like pursuing are the same, and like shooting and like shooting like complete rework on shooting. So
it's line of sight, and then like
the line of sight is
because of that, it just changes so much.
Right, the line of sight I find very nicely written. But it makes, as much as they buff shooting, they pretty much said in a lot of cases, if you want to shoot, just shoot the nearest thing, and you won't have the headache, right? You won't suffer the -2.
Well, I mean, your necromancer was running around all game by himself, and I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, well, the Storm Fiends could have fired at him, but he hid in the woods immediately, so the line of sight to him were, because I was always 5 inches deeper in the woods.
Yeah, like you always had the woods, and like the woods all pretty much made it always hit him on 7.
I forgot stupidity on him a couple times. He's leadership 10 though, so he's like probably would have passed. Yeah, he would have been fine because he was within 12 of the general a couple times that came up, I think. So I apologize if I forgot stupidity. Obviously, the zombies and all that are immune to the psychology of it. So that might have mattered a little bit more. BSB not able to reroll that. BSB, I even bought the BSB and never even came up. In fact, that unit did nothing. They just like, that's a super expensive unit. That was like 500 points.
Bro, do you know how many times I shot the crap out of that unit?
How
much damage I did to that unit that you then healed?
I think, yeah. I want an answer to the healing on that too. So like, please give some feedback down below, guys. We'll end the post game there. I think we rambled up enough and took up enough of your day, but all feedback down below, highly appreciated, and all that good stuff. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Hopefully it was enjoyable. I know the vampire count's rolling incredibly well the entire game, but I'll probably see a little bit more of them. I'll try out the Tomb Kings, of course, see how they play out.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't even looked at either of these books yet before, so yeah, I guess I won't be playing them because it's now like almost 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, the idea was we were going to try and swap our armies up, but this took all day to record because we kept having to check the rules and making sure we weren't just going under too many assumptions.
Yeah, this has really been the game of like.
And then Cullen was playing a shooting army too, so we had to try and be as efficient as possible with them and make the right calls, and hopefully things worked, and like, you know, it's still.
All you had to do was stumble forward, apparently.
That's all the vampire counts I ever did. They just walked forward, they tried to heal their units, and they tried to bully their way, brute force their way into combat. And if they get in combat, they're in a good spot. And with the nerf to Von Hell's, a lot harder too. I will say, which is fine. I obviously didn't need Von Hell's in this game, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, folks, we'll see you next time for more Warhammer Fantasy. Stay tuned. Happy Wargaming.